Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We here to talk NBA Finals and all things hoops. Before we get into it, I want to remind you to leave a like on the episode, subscribe to the channel as we're on a road to, let's just say 200,000 right now. You know the ultimate goal is the ultimate goal, but let's say 200,000, slow grind it, get to 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. We also on the quest to be the number one basketball podcast not led by an NBA player. The last time I checked, we were number 3.
Facts, we love that. Hey, happy birthday, Pops. Today my Pops' B-Day. Happy B-Day, old Pops. Man. You already know what it is. Much, much love to the GOAT, the point guard, Pops.
The point guard, I like that.
Point guard, I call him, but he really the guard killer.
He's more like a combo. I ain't never seen him pass the ball.
Guard killer. But you know.
You play with him, KB?
I call him point guard.
He's my uncle. I've watched him play a bunch.
Oh, okay.
When growing up, we used to have summers where we go to his crib and go to the park, go to Stevenson, go hoop a little bit.
Longfellow.
Yep, Longfellow. That's what I meant, Longfellow.
Yeah. We used to go to Stevenson. That was me, you, LaShawn.
Oh, I remember the
Stevenson
thing from Stevenson.
That's like my neck of the wood.
That it is.
Oh,
See, he knows.
I've been to Stevenson before.
Yeah, that's the suburban one.
Because it was.
Okay.
But the Longfellow one.
P, Bub, LaShawn, me, and we needed a fifth. So Ty would hoop with us. Ty would hoop with us. Yeah. He'd be
who would he be? Like he would be trying to coach and play at the same time.
Yeah.
That's when I remember. I think was it us? We was talking about Jayson Tatum shots.
Yeah.
And I was saying like I understand part of it now because I remember being younger and I was tall even back then, and I would do like turnaround jumpers and stuff, and I would make it, and I would be like, it went in. My pop would be like, no, you too big. Yeah, you need to And I'd be like, man, I made the shot. But now I kind of see what he was saying. Yeah. So shout out to Pops. Happy B-Day, man.
Happy B-Day.
But yeah, speaking of basketball,
I got a quick drop the mic.
Oh, thank you. Because I was going to say, man, we only got 2 things to talk about.
You've been kind of talking about like the Lakers head coach, like their struggles of finding it. How much of a factor does that affect LeBron to y'all?
I don't know. He was on Cast Stream last night. He seemed pretty cool to me.
He playing game 8.
That was an accident, though.
No.
You definitely let LeBron know that you're about to call him because
LeBron called him.
No, Bronny is in tune with the internet.
Yeah.
Friends with Kai Sinet. There's no way Bronny's not sitting in his room watching amongst the other
like I was watching live. LeBron
people.
called and like Kai was like, "Hold on, LeBron calling," and LeBron was like, "What's up, N-word?" And then
wait, that sounds so harsh. What's up, N-word?
First and foremost,
but I didn't want to say it.
Of course.
But did he call Kai or did he call Kevin?
He called
Hart?
Kevin Hart.
Right.
Yeah, and
you said he called Kai.
Oh, my bad. He said that to Kevin Hart, and he was like, "What you doing?"
No, we all saw the clip. We was in Discord.
Y'all was watching it too?
Yeah.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is there's no way Bryce or Bronny are not in the house watching this, and LeBron was like, I think it would be cool if I called
maybe
them
LeBron
right
wasn't with them.
I'm on the favor of KB. I just don't think that.
Because LeBron was like, what you doing? He was like, I'm on a stream. He was like, what you mean? He was like, look.
I mean, LeBron has been in movies.
He
knows what a live stream is.
On this
Bronny live streams.
I'm on KB with this one.
So LeBron was just playing clueless?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not naive to think that LeBron had no idea
what a Twitch stream was.
LeBron ain't never been on internet the same way we knew that Kevin Hart and Jrue was going to be on that before yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way that LeBron just does have no idea that this is going on. And he just coincidentally out of the whole day, he calls Kevin Hart when he's sitting down live on stream. That's when he decides to call him and ask him.
Wait a minute, did y'all see when they was pouring water on each other?
Yes,
that looked.
I did not
I'm
see
so glad
that.
we never did that as like a friend group.
The rule they started at the beginning. They said the rule is whoever fall asleep first, they get ice water poured on them.
Yeah.
Oh, you was watching?
Yeah, I watched for a little bit. It was fun.
Shout out
Why
to
you
Kai.
getting in the stream? Yeah. I mean,
Discord.
Yeah, we was hooping.
I was just laying down watching it.
I think he got up to 720,000 live viewers,
That's
which
insane,
is
bro.
a mind-blowing number. And that don't even account for the
million
other
people just watching you.
That don't account for the other people that were watching his stream while streaming.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
like there were other streamers reacting
to.
So he might have hit like maybe 1 million concurrent at one point.
Yeah, I don't.
Which is crazy.
When it comes to these streams and them doing this and these sleepovers, I just don't believe anything is accidental. Like even when you said Kevin Hart pulled out the liquor out of his suitcase, it's promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Drewski pulled out his merch.
Yeah,
it's just no way that
Kevin Hart had the C4.
It's
Yeah.
just not.
Kyle had the bang.
It's no way that this stuff is not playing. So yeah, I don't think LeBron blindly called and didn't have no idea what was going on personally.
It
I'm
was
just
funny
not-
though. Kevin was like, "What time y'all play on Wednesday? It's the finals, right? You in the finals, ain't you?"
Kevin was like, it's LeBron James. Of course he in the finals.
bro. They was also, they were showing like an old stream of Kai, and Drewski said, "What y'all eating, rice?"
Oh yeah, that one was.
Oh, with Ray.
Yeah, with Ray.
Yeah.
And it
When
was
he
like,
ate the vanilla ice cream, he was like,
Yeah.
and he
why
like,
you
why
eat
do you
rice?"
think that's rice, Drewski? Why would make you say that that's rice? Come on, bro.
He said, because that's what they eat.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch all the clips because obviously I wasn't
Watching it
there live.
live, that shit was hilarious, bro.
So
They
LeBron,
do it big. Yeah. What was the original question? I'm sorry.
Does this coaching factor affect LeBron at all?
is
His
staying with the
decision?
Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I always forget that he is technically could be a free
He
agent
could
this
be.
season. I'm just
Didn't he
in my
opt out
mind-
already?
No, not
not
officially,
officially?
but it's pretty certain that he will.
Yeah.
In my mind, he is a Laker and he's going to finish his career as a Laker. I haven't even thought about any other team, honestly, or what it could happen if Bronny gets drafted here. So I feel like based on what he has told us over the last 4 years, he wants to retire a Laker, and I'm going to hold him to that for the time being, regardless of who the coach is or regardless if they end up with Bronny in the draft or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it affects him staying. I think LeBron he's so in control that if he don't like the coach will get fired anyway.
The only reason I would say my response to that would be, when has coaching ever affected him? What coach has he really just like
It's
stood
not-
by and just,
I
this
think-
is my guy?
Ty Lue
Tyloo's probably the best answer, yeah.
seems like the one coach that he talks highly of all the time. Even
Even-
like at the beginning of the
He
season.
talked highly of Spo.
But he tried to get Spo fired.
Exactly.
I remember
Yeah.
those
I don't
times.
remember. I don't remember him ever throwing somebody completely under the bus. But like, it's to me, it's just
He
never
did
been.
it a little bit with Darvin Ham at the beginning of the season when the Clippers were on their little run when they got that. When Ty Lue said all I
This
did was
season or
take
last
it-
year?
This season. When they got James Harden, he was like, you see, it only took him about 10 games to get shit going. And then he was talking about Ty Lue. And he said it only took him 10 games to get everything going and working. And that's what Ty Lue did. I took that as like, that was a shot at Darvin Ham because he ain't got it going yet.
Brian is definitely a passive-aggressive guy.
He is.
Well, he's not going to straight up say Darvin Ham is ass, but he's going to talk about stuff around it that make you infer that that's what he means.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with D Mills and KB. I just don't see when coaching has, if it ever affected him, he would have been left. They've had Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham. Who am I forgetting?
Forgot about the Luke Walton era.
I gotta be forgetting somebody.
You said Frank Vogel.
Frank, oh, you did say Frank Vogel? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Now they about to be on their fourth coach as he's been there. And Cleveland, he had Mike Brown and Ty Lue, David Blatt. Who else? Paul Silas. Paul Silas' dad was coach. Like,
David Blatt really didn't even get a chance.
he didn't. He didn't.
I feel like he even played like half the season before he got fired. Well, not play, but coach half the season.
Which is crazy because like he was so like a lot of teams wanted him.
No. He completed a full season.
They got fired the next one.
He got fired. So they got to the finals in 2015 with David Blatt. And then the season after that, he was 30-11 when he got fired. And that's when Ty Lue came in and they won the championship. And I remember we were talking about the parallels between that and Adrian Griffin and Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
How you can fire a coach when you're 30-11. Because I think the Bucks were very
only-
close
they
to
were like
30-11.
Yeah, they was on the same path.
Obviously, that didn't work out that way.
They're also right too. Is like when you're LeBron. I mean, how much coaching is going to impact you? You know, whatever coach come in here is going to prioritize you. They're going to listen to you. They're going to collaborate with you. So it's like as long as y'all not getting somebody that's just ridiculously bad. I mean, what stake is it any for me?
Yeah.
Some other players, I feel like, they got to worry. Is he going to implement me? Is he going to do things? But LeBron,
Yeah,
no.
the
He
role
got-
players are more so concerned about the coaching than like LeBron and Anthony Davis. I saw this morning that JJ Redick is like maybe not attracted to the Lakers no more because he doesn't want to feel like a second option. He doesn't want to deal with like the Hollywood of the Lakers. So if that's the case, then like, damn, y'all top two candidates that y'all was like so happy about, then like
That was more so
went
what
away.
it's about. Not really like the coaching. I mean, anybody's gonna implement LeBron, but it's just more so like this franchise don't got their stuff together.
Yeah.
And this is like the last couple years of my career type thing.
But that still goes to the point where, to me, he's a part of that. And when have they had their stuff together since he's been there? The bubble?
2020.
That's what you're
Yeah.
gonna say? That's been a long time ago.
And then it went downhill immediately after that. That is so crazy.
They had their stuff together to bring him there.
Yeah.
He wanted to come because they had their stuff together. They had made the right picks. They had a nice little core together. They went out and had some complimentary pieces when he first came, the KCPs and different things of the world. They was able to trade for Anthony Davis. Everything was going good then. But then once him and Anthony Davis wanted to get Russell Westbrook and all of these other extra things, and you traded KCP and Kuzma to go get them, and then you fire Frank Vogel prematurely, and now you're hearing a mess where I feel like all of them together are a part of that, and I think it would kind of be foolish to sit there and act like this is just.
I mean,
beneath
LeBron.
me.
LeBron will leave that mess and leave though.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
yeah.
saying he will, but he's done it definitely in the past.
For sure. I just think that it just depends on the options that are out there and how much it means to him. Because the way that the NBA is, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's just different. You can't really just hop into teams now. You can go try. Don't get me wrong. He can go try to go to Philadelphia, but
I was saying,
if he
Philly
goes to
just got the
Philly,
money.
is that like a guaranteed? It ain't as how it used to be when he could just go to like Miami or when he went to Cleveland. You just knew they were going to the finals. It's kind of different
now. If he goes to Cleveland, it's so hard to even predict in this hypothetical because they still would only have 4 people. So now they got to figure out how we built the rest of the roster. So we know it will be Maxey, Embiid, and
Paul
Bron,
Reed.
and Paul Reed, right? And then now what
You
else do
said
we
Cleveland.
do?
You said
You said
Cleveland.
Oh, I said Cleveland? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I'm
was over
sorry.
there thinking like-
Philly is what I meant. So it's hard to even say. But I mean, I would immediately say like, yeah, that's one of the 2-3 best teams out east, even without seeing the rest of the roster. But LeBron will be a Laker. You don't have to worry. Or maybe you don't want LeBron to be a Laker. I don't know what Lakers fans are thinking nowadays.
I'm kind of indifferent, but I still love to see him play though. I
Is
mean,
that kind of wild to you? He's
Yeah.
indifferent about Bron being on the team
Yeah.
It's wild, but it's not surprising. He also wanted to trade Brown.
the year before the championship. Or the year during the championship season. It was one or the other.
That is
Laker
crazy.
fans are so spoiled;
So-
they just talk.
So if Bron left, just because that means he's leaving, you will be like, oh, okay, we cool. After all the
it was
assets that you traded,
that
out.
he's not on the team no more. But again, like LeBron comes with a lot, and as a Laker fan, I've been just kind of looking forward to that next chapter. I know it's coming to an end soon.
That might just cause a domino effect. Anthony Davis now
There's
might be
nothing
like
to
one
look
of-
forward to in Lakerland without LeBron being there. Y'all don't have a future. It ain't like y'all go right into rebuild. Y'all, what picks? What's the next
We
pick?
was just talking about
2028.
it. It's not going to be long, P. Before we get another top player that's going to be on the Lakers.
Oh, you mean that next chapter? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
So it's like, okay, so in your mind, okay, Bron leaves, and in 2 years, Donovan Mitchell is a free agent. Now we have Donovan Mitchell as our best guy.
Y'all haven't. For me personally,
And I'm just saying him.
Yeah, it don't even got to be Donovan Mitchell,
Right.
but it's going to be a top player.
I would, as a Laker fan, I wouldn't want that because the greatest periods of Lakers since their existence has been them drafting and developing and then pairing it with somebody. The only time it was literally the 2020 bubble, but then again, it's directed to y'all having homegrown talent because y'all was able to cash it in for Anthony Davis. But to just go get a star, y'all gonna probably be in the same. If Bron can't save this, then Donovan Mitchell is not gonna be able to in y'all next chapter either.
That's okay.
So
Donovan Mitchell had to
That's
go
okay.
play with LeBron in order to say this.
I'm just trying to think about having one of the 2 best players of all time on my team and being like, well, if he leaves, he leaves.
you went from Shaq and Kobe to Kobe and Gasol to Kobe and young people to Bron and AD. That's crazy. And even before Kobe and Shaq, you had the Showtime
Magic
Lakers.
Johnson, James Worthy.
And
Before that is Elgin Baylor, Jerry West.
before that is George Mikan.
Just always had it. Okay. Well, that's a good drop the mic. Let's talk about the finals. 2-0 series lead for the Boston Celtics. Game number 2 is a few nights ago. Game number 3 is tomorrow. How are we feeling about the series overall? Are we feel very entertained by it?
I'm entertained.
That's the right
Just
answer.
because there's a lot that's going into it. And as good as Boston is, one of the things that a lot of us who have given them credit or whatever, we've seen that they've been a complete team. So I've been enjoying the fact that the first game, you have a Kristaps Porzingis game. Game 2, you have the Jrue game. Game 3 is up in the air. You may finally get a Tatum or Brown game, and maybe the Derrick White game. Maybe Al Horford hitting 7 threes again. But that type of basketball is always fun to watch. I think that's why people love the Warriors. It's not to the same degree, obviously. but it's just a full team effort of some really good basketball. I was thinking to myself, when have we seen a team be 2-0 in the finals, looking real comfortable? I know it's a lot of basketball left, and the series doesn't start till somebody went on the road. But they look real good where they at. Have their best player shoot the basketball the way Tatum has. 6 of 16 the first game, 6 of 22 the second game, 1 of 7 from 3. Like, you normally, if your best player is shooting that bad,
You're losing.
You're losing, or you're the 73 Warriors the year after with like Kevin Durant. And so Steph Curry is kind of like arguably your second. But you know what I'm saying? But even then, I don't think Steph was ever 6 of 22. He just wasn't 60% from
You
3.
gotta
Steph
give credit to Brad Stevens for putting the team together, and the players, like, they all contribute at a very high level. I mean, it's like we already know Jrue Holiday's been an all-star. Derrick White's like right there. Kristaps is like right there.
He's been an all-star.
And
Right?
Yeah.
what year was that?
The
Was that
Knicks.
like
The
2 years
Knicks.
ago?
Yeah, it was the Knicks.
Oh, well, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, so don't count.
But no, I think exactly what P's saying is like I'm enjoying the fact that the Celtics are handling their business when a lot of people, and not just D Mills, because there was a lot of voice out there that was saying that like the Mavericks are the better team because they
Can I
kind of
ask
go
you a
through that
question?
West. What?
When you say a lot of people, are you talking about Twitter, or are you talking about like real professional
No,
people?
there's people that were on TV. There's people that's on Twitter as well.
For
That's
sure.
like
I'm
they're kind
following
of
up.
discrediting the Celtics.
For sure.
and
I'm
giving it to
following
the
up, though.
Mavericks
I'm
a little
following
bit.
up.
Yeah.
That was like a self-answer question.
Yeah.
But rhetorical. When you heard those things, and I want you to be serious, and this is bigger than D Mills. When you heard those things, did it make you question people with how they analyze basketball? Because when you
Not
do
really.
this for a living and this is your profession, and you've seen the Celtics all year and you've seen the Mavericks even during the playoffs, it was hard for me to find out anybody genuinely watching these two teams and being able to say they convincingly feel the Mavericks versus having the take, just not wanting to accept that the Celtics are good because of the criticism they got all year, and just going off of the emotion versus actually
that's what
analyzing.
I more so thought, that it was more so just like in the moment type of thing, especially with like Luka dominating in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, even myself was like, how are the Celtics going to defend this guy? And they've been taking care of business all year long. So I don't know why it should be a question when it comes to the finals.
I think it was a little bit of both, right? I think a lot of people were riding the high of the Mavericks winning against 3 50-win teams, and acknowledging the fact that Luka Doncic is the best player in the series. And historically, when we think about finals, the team that has the best player in most cases ended up winning. I know some of the years Bron ended up losing in the finals, but he was going against a fucking super team.
He lost against the Mavericks too, and he had the super team.
Well, JJ Barea was in that series, so I don't know if LeBron fits that anymore.
Who was the best who was the best player in the Raptors finals?
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. That season, Kawhi Leonard might have been the best player in the
Freddie.
world because he became a dad.
Yeah.
But I think majority of people.
Kevin Durant was hurt, guys. I think going into the series, y'all always
Oh
said,
no.
But
I
no,
mean,
Kevin Durant was hurt going into the
Yeah,
series.
he was going
for sure.
yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
why I'm saying Kawhi.
what was that, game 3 he came back?
Yeah,
Whatever
he came
game
back
he
in like
came
game
back.
3 or something.
The tides turned within the first 10 minutes of the game though.
Yeah, he
'Cause he got
scored a bunch of buckets right off rip.
in his face,
In Kawhi's face.
But going back to the original point, I think majority of people are riding the high of the Mavericks. And I thought it was somewhat valid to look at the teams that the Celtics have gone against, but obviously me and you were very like, this team has been great all season long. I thought there were some people that brought some really good points to the table about the Mavericks potentially being the team, but also people just love the underdog. So they would talk themselves into the underdog because they don't want to see the team that's lost 20 games since September. They don't want to talk. They don't want to see that team win. They'd rather see the 5 seed that put the team together in February that has this 25-year-old super stud and Kyrie Irving, a fan favorite. They talk themselves into that. When in reality, the Celtics have just been this fucking good all season long, and they have all the potential pieces to stop what Dallas has been trying to do.
Yeah, and that's why it's also been entertaining to see how they're stopping it, because we've seen other teams not be able to stop it. So you see Jayson Tatum on the center, and you see Jayson Tatum switching on to Luka and Kyrie and holding his own. In game 2, he forced 4 turnovers on those guys single-handedly. And again, it's just interesting to see somebody like Jayson Tatum and Gibson Pryor, a guy that does half court hoops that I am tapped into just from coaching stuff. But he also has like different things he does on NBA stuff. And I was reading what he put together about Game 2.
What's his name?
And Gibson Pryor, half court hoops.
I'm subscribed to his
Oh, you are?
too,
Yeah,
but
phenomenal.
Like
but he also got like really, really good coaching stuff. That's how he broke down Nate Oates' Alabama offense. And I was just like, I got to get in tune with this dude. And I didn't know he did NBA stuff. And then I realized, he does NBA stuff. But he made a good point of like, a lot of people are looking at the box score and you're seeing Jayson Tatum shoot as bad as he is, 6 of 16, 6 of 22, 1 of 7 from 3. He's shooting 8 of 44 in isolation threes at an 18% clip versus 41% last year in the playoffs.
It's crazy to think about.
It's nasty, right? But when you have an offensive superstar locked in as he's been defensively and then doing the stuff that he's willing to do, passing the basketball, it's kind of remarkable to see because a lot of other superstars are so one-dimensional that if they're struggling this bad, you're probably not getting that production on the defensive side of the basketball. And that's what's made it entertaining for me. Is this the most entertaining finals? No. The most entertaining finals will have us a 1-1 game. We would have no idea where the rest of the series is going to go. Maybe Game 2, Dallas would have been able to capitalize on the Celtics shooting 3 of 15 going into the half or whatever. But
so
we
far,
kind of figured that.
Yeah.
They're a better team. We've said that,
They're the deeper team. They have more people that you trust with the ball. I think that's a huge part of it because anytime the ball touches P.J. Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., Maxi Kleber's hands, Josh Green's hands.
Who?
P.J. Washington, he was trying to like, I think he might have been just trying to dribble handoff or something, but he could not get control of the ball.
And then the Celtics just have 6 to 7 people. 8 people, everybody in their rotation, you trust with them being able to do something with the ball. While the other guys, I want Derrick Jones Jr. either shooting the ball or getting it out of his hands immediately.
Even if you don't trust them with the basketball, it just seems like when I'm watching, and there's no box score stat to tell us this, but there's like this decisiveness and sureness of what my role is and what I do. So like Sam Hauser went 0-5 in that game. But I'm not mad at it because every shot he took confidently and knowingly what he is expected to do. Sometimes with the Mavericks, or not even sometimes, a lot of times with the Mavericks, you'll see guys like a Josh Green. Like sometimes I feel like Josh Green is unsure of what his role is or what's expected of him on the offensive end. Sometimes he'll have a shot, he'll pass it up and drive and do nothing. Sometimes he'll shoot it in a time where it's like, why you shoot that one? You passed up on the other one. Sometimes Jaden Hardy isn't aggressive as I think he should be. Sometimes he's too aggressive. Sometimes Maxi Kleber is passing up shots. Sometimes he's shooting. It's just so much of like, is this my shot or not? When Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford, Porzingis, when these dudes is in the game, they flying. Them shots is going up, no second guessing. I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I'm here to do it. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Mavericks got to start playing with a little bit of that outside of Kyrie and Luka. You know what I mean? Even I've seen Maverick fans say, like, man, go ahead, just let Tim Hardaway Jr. get out there because he is one of those guys that fit that. Where, like, you might not love how much he shoots, but he know
he gonna let it fly.
I'm letting it fly. That's my job. That's how I get my minutes.
The Tatum conversations has been so awful. I can really gauge of like who really cares about basketball or / really be watching based on what they're saying about Tatum through the first 2 games. Obviously, he has not shot the ball well. He's been awful at shooting the ball.
He even said it himself. He said, golly, I need to shoot the ball.
His first basket he had the other night, he was like, thank God I just made it. It was an and one like layup, I think.
But the reality is he is playing primary ball handler. He is bringing the ball to the court 92% of the time. And he's one of those players at this point in his career, which is kind of crazy because I don't know if I ever saw this coming for him, where when he is the guy bringing the ball up the court and he's setting up the offense, I feel pretty damn good that he's going to be able to generate a good look. A lot of that is because Dallas is sending 2 bodies and he's making the right pass and the easy pass, but that was something Tatum was not doing 3 years ago. So yes, the shots have not been falling. Yes, there are times where I hate the shot that he takes, but for the most part, I'm okay with his series so far because he's been trusting his teammates so much, and he's been generating all the shots. The offensive rating with him on the court is 125. The offensive rating with him off the court is 100. It's night and day whether he's on the court or not.
He's using his gravity to get his guys better and make them better and get them better looks. And I think that's something that over time as a young player, you develop it. And he came in as a guy who could score the ball, but the playmaking aspect wasn't there, and it took them a few years. And eventually, guys, they learn, they sit down, they watch footage, they get the right coach behind them, and they learn how to dissect and manipulate the game. And Jayson Tatum is doing that. He's not a guy that you could just throw two bodies at and he's going to panic no more. He's going to make the right pass.
2 years ago, that's what
in the finals against the
that's
Warriors.
what the Warriors did. This is growth for him. Again, obviously, he's shooting as bad this series as he was in that one, but he is not looking like a liability. Why in the last series in the finals versus the Warriors, that's what it felt like. I think he also averaged like 7 assists in that series too, but it was a bunch of turnovers to pair with it. But now you send two bodies. That is not something that he's unfamiliar with. Yeah. And when we did our episode 2 weeks ago on ESPN2, 2 o'clock Eastern time, Tuesdays, we were talking about the quote about him saying that I've been here before, I kind of know what it takes, yada, yada, yada. And we were asked, like, how much would that matter, experience versus non-experienced Mavericks team? And I said specifically that is going to matter for Jayson Tatum. And that is what we've seen so far in this series. He has been calm, cool, and collected when seeing the extra bodies and making the right decision. I mean, hell, 26 points from Jrue Holiday. I think 8 of those shots was assisted by Jayson Tatum. Yeah. And a lot of them was just backdoor cuts, him being right place, right time.
This is
that experience in general or finals experience?
I think it's a little bit of both.
I think it's both.
But I think it's
because he's probably seeing double teams throughout the regular season.
Because he did a lot of that in the Pacers series too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I was gonna say, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's building off of what you said about Jayson Tatum. That's why I love when these young guys like Paolo or Anthony Edwards, even they see all these defenses early. So when they do get to the finals or they do get to those big stages, it's not the first time they've seen 2 or 3 people trying to guard them or stand in front of them.
But the best thing I think about the Jayson Tatum stuff is like, it's simple. That's the thing that I think young players got to realize. Like, you see somebody like Luka who make magical plays and turns something out of nothing
like
all the time.
5 ridiculous passes in game 2.
That is like next level stuff. But you don't have to be effective or play that role and create shots by making those passes where like he can't even see. He's kind of just feeling and knowing the snapshot of what he last seen before he drove, and he's just flicking over his head. You don't have to do that. Jayson Tatum is literally driving into the gap where they're being obviously extreme gap defense, and I'm kicking it out to the guy who's right here, and he's either going to shoot, swing, and we're going to pass up good shots until we get a great shot, and now the defense is constantly shifting and tilting, and we can attack and just keep putting pressure. That's all you have to do. Now, he does have some incredible passes to the dunker spot off Jrue where he's getting it through 2 people, and those are all obviously brilliant. But I just love the fact that he's taking it, relax,
making a simple play,
and he's giving it up as soon as
give and take, baby.
He feels the pressure. So, like,
overall, that is crazy.
I trap myself into that one. But, yeah, it's just being a little patient because sometimes guys give the ball up too early. Sometimes guys go for the home run pass or the home run play. I feel like he's going in deep, allowing them to collapse, and then throwing it. And then, again, the defense is shifting and you creating different looks. And I also love the fact that the first couple of games, he didn't really – now, the second game, he was 1 of 8, 1 of 9, or over 8, over 9, whatever.
One of
but
8,
that first game, it took him a while to get a shot. But it was okay because it's the flow of the game. And that's something that I love.
And he played extended minutes in that fourth quarter when he could have sat. I think he was still just trying to get that rhythm going.
That's been my favorite thing about the transformation of Kyrie. Kyrie, like, in these playoffs, he hasn't had the greatest performances on some of these nights, well, especially in his finals. But even before this, there were certain nights where Kyrie had 9 points here or 9 points there, but it was just like that. He let the game kind of flow instead of being like, man, I'm getting my 25. Yeah. And that's what like young Kyrie used to do.
I need Kyrie to do that now.
Yeah, that's what I was
like.
I
mean,
he need more than 25.
The last game, too,
that
he
first
was
quarter,
trying to
that
get
first
to
quarter,
he
the first
was.
half, he was hooping.
Yeah.
So he disappeared in the second half.
Well, I mean, in the first half, he was 5 of 10 points. He was cool. But he was trying to get 25. Please believe. He was trying.
I think he had a 1 point third quarter or something like that.
He was trying, man.
He definitely was struggling in that second half.
I seen a lot of shots rim out, too. And then it got to a certain point where he told Luka, watch out, I got to get going. Like, it seemed like the game kind of was going Boston way at that point that I remember. Obviously, they had went on another run, but it seemed like Kyrie was like, man, I got to get going. He had a possession where he brought it up and shot. Like, he ain't passed that moment.
I mean, when you're talking about him being the only other shot creator that can really generate offense, he has to do something. Like, we've seen him play next to LeBron and go toe-to-toe with Steph Curry as, like, the second best guard in that series. So, like, he needs to really, like, step up and play at that level that we know he could play at in the NBA Finals.
My question, Did those teams, those Warriors teams, have anybody on the perimeter as good
No.
as Jrue
No.
Holiday and Derrick White?
No.
I mean, they had Clay. I
No.
mean, they had the prime Klay Thompson, Draymond, and
It's a yes or no question.
Iguodala.
It's a yes or no question.
I mean, those are very good defenders too.
That's
but
not what he's asking. It's a yes or
they
no
might not
question.
be as good as Jrue. No.
He's okay. Damn, boy, you about to give a whole spiel when he asks you, are they as good? He ain't saying that Andre Iguodala can't guard or they sucked.
Because I mean, this guy's just he's seeing so many great
Derrick White and
defenders at all
Jrue
time.
Holiday, arguably one of the best defensive backcourts.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the broadcast, and it made me think like probably, yeah. I don't know what other backcourt. do you
Isaiah
s-
Thomas, Joe Dumars,
Yeah.
Gary Payton and Kobe.
Ron Harper,
time.
and Michael Jordan.
Gary
but-
Payton, Kobe's interesting. Gary Payton was old. I don't even remember if he was really defending.
and
like
they
that
didn't do
anymore.
anything. They got cooked by the Pistons.
I guess
Harper Jordan was Harper Jordan got a better
yeah.
case than Kobe, Gary Payton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one. But they feel like two like cornerbacks. Like they had that one play, they forced the turnover when Luka
Oh,
was about to get
man.
the 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And he just threw it up. At one point, Jrue Holiday tipped it, and then he threw it up again, and then Derrick
he hit
White
the
got
three.
then he hit the three. It's like, come on, man, that's just really, really tough. In that series, it was Klay Thompson guarding Kyrie.
Oh,
for
Nate
most of it.
McMillan and Gary Payton. Sonic days. That's yeah. That one nice.
Shout out to Unc Nate. You know, that's what they call him.
What do y'all think Dallas has to do in this third game in order to get the momentum back in their favor?
They have to win the numbers game. Joe Mazzulla has said this since he's been the coach. We want to win the numbers game. We want to shoot way more three-pointers than our opponent, right? They had 42 in the first game attempted and then 39 in the second game, while Dallas had 26 and 27.
Okay.
You're just not going to win that game.
How do they do that?
I don't
when the
know.
scheme
I don't know, Pierre, but
is
I'm just
to take
saying.
away the corner threes.
when
They
you-
made one. It was Luka. Bro,
They were
Luka
one of
shot
six,
a corner
yeah.
three.
Wide open too.
Yeah.
I was not like, yeah,
The
you don't see
corner
those
seems
often.
like so ineffective for them. Like it's like literally like I don't even like
Boston's
see
taking it away.
Like I literally don't even see like PJ Washington like in the
So
corner
you
like
have
sitting
to
like he was.
you have to pray that the above the break threes go in. You got to pray that Derrick Jones you don't airball the one that he was wide the
One
fuck
thing you
open.
got to do,
He
you gotta,
shot and Mike Breen said knuckleball.
you got to force turnovers against some easy ones, bro. You got to get the tempo going a little bit. But you
that's the
can't
thing.
rely on that half court offense against an elite defense
Boston
like the Celtics.
don't turn the ball over.
I know, but
Neither
you got to
these
find
teams turn the ball
You got to
over.
find a way to force them guys to turn the ball.
I think
over.
Well, I think that's what
I know.
they've been
I know
trying to
it's
do.
easier said than done.
I think
but,
that's just like the corner three. They're taking away the corner three, so how
That's
they
why
gonna
they're
get
sitting
it?
two at Jayson Tatum every possession.
And
They're
then
trying to force turnovers,
you're
but
trying
they
to
just
force
not.
turnovers. But again, that was the question I came in. I love the defense that the Dallas Mavericks played throughout the playoffs, but they've been a collectively good defense. But they don't have one of them dudes. They don't have a
No.
Jrue Holiday, a Derrick White. And then you got Brown and Tate. And then also, as good as we could talk about Luka, and I'm not trying to be one of those people, if he continue, and it's so hard to do this because he's been so good offensively, but they are going around his ass.
Yeah,
they are.
And when the more and more you allow 2 feet to hit that paint, that's
Which is crazy because
elementary
like
basketball.
the first 3 rounds, he was actually very good defensively whenever he was on the island.
He had a
guarding
guard
people.
like this. It's a whole lot of space.
That and then offensively, they're allowing him to play one-on-one, which he's utilizing a lot more energy in there because now you look at how he's scoring. He's getting deep into the post. He's driving a lot, and then they'll stunt, but then they go back to their man, and now he making it. So that's why it's a hard conversation because obviously we know the responsibility he has on offense, and he's been answering the bell. He's been doing well besides the turnovers.
I like how he took accountability at the end of that game in this press conference, saying that he was the reason we lost. He said it was my free throws and my miss and my turnovers are the reason that we lost this game. So the fact that he has that
Should have
accountability
said
as a
defense
leader,
too.
that shows that Luka's probably going to bounce back in Game 3. I think he's going to have a monster game in Game 3, and I think Dallas is going to win Game 3.
The monster game for him, to go back to my point, is giving them some resistance defensively.
Yeah.
It can't. I'm not saying you got to shut down somebody, but it can't be that easy. And
Yeah,
it goes for the Mavericks as a team too. A lot of guys are just getting beat. I mean, Jaylen Brown has done a really good job utilizing that tween misdirection.
Bro,
real
that
quick.
one fast break.
Oh,
And then
when
it turned into a dunk. Oh,
God,
yeah,
that was so fast.
He's
that
been
was-
doing this. Like when I rewatch these games, I'm constantly seeing them do that to get by people,
It's
and I'm
just-
like, holy
For
shit!
a guy that we make fun of his handle.
That
We're
was
looking
nasty.
pretty damn
That's the
good.
same thing I said. I said, this is the dude that they say something about saying. I'm like, I ain't even gonna get that tweet off. I'm gonna let y'all have it, man, because I'm
But
gonna
you know
start
what's
something.
crazy? If he would have went right to left and it would have slipped out, they would have been like,
yeah,
he would have been they would definitely got on his ass.
Now Luka came in with like thoracic contusion. That's like his chest area, right knee sprain and right ankle soreness or left ankle soreness. So he was
Beat up.
questionable, but we knew damn well he wasn't questionable.
Yeah, he said to himself, "I'm gonna be out there regardless."
You saw how when he walked in the tunnel, how stiff he was when he arrived at the arena.
Yes.
And then he went out there and dropped 32, 11, and 11.
Yeah, but again, Boston's like, he can't really move like that. I mean, we were already putting him in every action, but let's really ram it up. The offense has been the main problem. Because again, if you hold the Celtics to 105 points, you feel okay about that.
You have to. That's the offense is the issue, not the
again, they're probably not shooting the basketball like that again in this series.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why you won a game 2.
Yeah.
But if you can't, they haven't scored 100 points yet. All season long, they had 11 games out of 82 where they didn't score 100. You got 2 back-to-back in the NBA Finals. Like, that's the real struggle. And again, that's Joe Mazzulla, that's everybody in Boston being completely bought in defensively and not allowing them to get the things that they want. What did we get? We got 2 lobs so far this season or this series.
And one was the guy that
Derrick Jones Jr.
Jones
Right?
Jr. Not the bigs.
That don't even count.
Yeah, Derrick Lively. I know he's a rookie. I'm not expecting him to be. Like,
He looks like he's 20.
Yeah,
finally.
He hasn't looked like he's impacting the game in a positive way.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because he was one of the most impactful players throughout this whole run.
It's tough because it's hard.
But I don't want to put that on his play as like a rookie helping us significantly in the finals.
That's how I feel about the entire Mavericks team. Like Derrick Jones Jr. has such a great year playing on a minimum. PJ Washington changing the narrative coming from Charlotte. Kyrie and Luka being able to play together. Kyrie making his turn in his career. Derrick Lively playing above his years. It's unfortunate that it's going to end the way that it is, but to be honest with you, they're playing a team that is just better. It's not really an indication that this team is, bad. But like Jason Kidd has done a great job coaching. They made the right moves. Shout out to Nico Harrison. They're just playing a team that is not only better than them, but was better than everybody in the NBA by a wide margin.
And I think they got to look at it as like, we made significant steps progressively as a team.
Yep.
And we go into this offseason. Maybe if we can shake some shit up,
they get some
make
experience.
some little moves. Now everybody else got some experience. Lively's in the second year, whole offseason of work. You come in this
Make another move.
Yeah.
Realize what you're missing against the elite of the league.
You might need a defender.
Go get Klay Thompson.
Or at least a guaranteed shooter.
Klay Thompson might be one of those answers. If he's willing to come to Dallas, you could somehow create the cap space to get him.
You always bring somebody to a team without thinking about the caps.
Always.
I said create some cap space.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
Player?
They're right.
Okay.
But teams make it happen if they really wanted to happen.
Shout out to Jrue. Another thing Gibson Pryor was talking about was Jrue Holiday obviously had a really good game, and a lot of people, they're saying rocket science. Y'all know that. But it's how. It's the way that he utilizes all of the space on the floor and always is in the right spot at the right time, kind of getting out of people's way, but then finding it to be his way. Being in that dunker spot, is not an accident. Knowing how to get out to the perimeter at times. I love when Jrue Holiday plays like this, but I also hate it. I hate it because every time this happens on Twitter, they talk about the bucket conversation. It's so bad. He can go 82 games. What do he average? 12 points. And then he has a 28-point game, and everybody, y'all need to have that. Somebody, I woke up today and somebody was like, y'all need to have that conversation again.
Let's do it. Let's have
I'm like, bro, stop talking to me because y'all gonna make me sound like a Jrue Holiday hater when he's just a really good damn basketball player.
What was the original conversation?
Is Jrue Holiday a bucket?
Can't get a bucket. In the regular season, they need him to.
Our argument was, is he a bucket? You changed it. Because I told you it's a difference.
Roll a clip.
I don't know an NBA player that can't get a bucket.
What
NBA player can't get a bucket? I've seen Rudy Gobert hit a fadeaway. He got a bucket. He got a bucket. If we being technical,
that don't count.
But he is not a bucket.
He didn't get a bucket. He got a grenade and threw it at the rim.
That's a
He
bucket.
got lucky.
Right.
That's
That
a
pretty
bucket.
much won them that game. That was a turn. That was like
It really was.
That was like one of those moments where you like, damn.
I hope it don't get lost to
Celtics, bro,
history.
the
Can we
Celtics
think
just
about
had
an
that.
NBA player that can't get a bucket right now?
That can't get a bucket?
No.
I'm being as literal as possible. They can't get a bucket.
I remember
Like you can't get on the
Andre
ball.
Robertson used to not be able to get no bucket unless it
That's-
was literally a lob.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's very
I was
fair.
thinking somebody else.
Who?
Reggie Evans.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he might get an accidental tip in.
That's not getting a bucket. Robinson can get a tip
Yeah.
in. He get a
Getting the
cut.
bucket is when you giving them the ball and like they can go get their own.
Okay, yeah.
Boban might be in that. Boban Marjanovic might be in that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Give Bobby the ball within 8 feet. He's gonna get you a bucket.
Well, Reggie Evans can do that.
No, Reggie Evans got to be within 3 feet.
Reggie Evans can go get a bucket from 8 feet. I meant like Rudy D.
Jrue Holiday truly a bucket. Finals MVP potentially. Thoughts?
Jayson Tatum is getting that Finals MVP.
Yeah, he's not gonna shoot 32% all series, right?
I don't.
He keeps taking them. If he keeps taking them step backs,
I haven't seen much.
the Wayne step back.
Mavericks-
Besides those last 2
It's
games
not
with the
helping him
Pacers,
at
I got a
all.
question for
haven't
you.
seen much.
I got a question for you.
What's your question?
Who has the momentum in the series?
The Celtics. What the
Okay.
hell?
No, we had a conversation where you said if they made it closer,
That was a conversation. we
you
had
know,
on this.
and you said they would have been able to have the
But
momentum, and I
it-
made the point
no.
of even if it was going to be closer, unless they lost the game,
that's-
they wasn't going.
Yeah, I said it depends on how they lost.
No. I brought that up.
No, I did too. I said it depends on how they lose the game. Like if they lost and it came down to the final seconds of the game and they lost that game.
Well, that kind of is what
No,
happened.
they made that last little run. That shit don't count. If it was like,
They were one missed foul away from being within one possession.
yeah, but
And
no,
I came
no.
back and circled and said they would have to literally give up the game.
No, and my
They
thing was
lost
like,
the
it
game.
literally
They
came
didn't give
down
it
to the
up.
last possession, and somehow or another you just lose
I
the
painted
game.
you a clear picture, kind of how like when the Knicks, I gave you
Yes.
that example. They lost that game. We were up. We fouled on a
And I
4-point
said,
play.
yes, and
That's not what happened.
I know that's not what
And
happened.
that's not what you were saying. What was going to
Yes,
happen?
it was. I was literally saying the only way they can look at this and say we got some sort of momentum if this game comes down absolutely to the wire and they end up fumbling and they lose. That's literally what I was saying.
I had to go deep into depths of the conversation for you to get to
Yeah,
get
you
to
was-
that point.
you brought up the
came
Maxey
way
game.
after because I went into detail like I don't know, Derrick. Even
And
if the game is close, to me they would have to literally give up the game. And Mike said, "No, I know what you're talking about because when after a loss like that, you don't even feel like they won. It's like you lost it. That's literally what Mike was saying. We got further in
You
our
lost the game. You didn't get beat.
we got far in our conversation before those points was made. Your original point was, man, if they don't lose
depends
that
on-
bad,
Yeah.
if the
Also,
game kind of close,
I think you can
they
say
have
that the
momentum.
Mavericks lost game 2, by the way.
I mean,
They forced
in the way that we feel
the
'cause they shouldn't
Celtics
have
to
been
shoot
losing.
25% from 3.
Yeah.
They held them to 2 to 5 points. That is a very winnable
That's
game.
why I was like, if Kyrie just gives them something offensively in that second half, they probably win that game.
So they should have the momentum because you expect Kyrie not to play it that bad.
Well, he has to somehow give me some hope to believe that he's going to get it going.
No.
Time out.
Time
I know who he is.
out.
What?
Don't talk to me about hope and believing when you picked the Mavericks to beat the Celtics.
I did because I wanted to see the underdog win.
No,
I'm not buying that.
But no,
I'm not
that's
buying that
different.
shit.
Because
I'm
even
not
Pierre
buying that
said,
shit.
analytically, I'm going with the Celtics, but I'm rooting for the Mavericks.
because
You didn't do the same thing.
I know because I also felt like the Dallas Mavericks were playing at a higher level because like they had beat much better teams than what the Celtics have beaten.
So
That-
you went
and
off
I
of
went.
the emotion of, and secondly,
It wasn't more-
And
it wasn't
secondly,
all
you
emotion.
had been very, 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 for whatever reason, this is all new to me. As long as I've known you, I've known you for a very long time, a decade plus. You was anti-Celtic, and I don't know where it came from.
I don't know
We
either.
had segments on here where you was just rambling. I went on pick a side. The first thing Dale said, "Oh yeah, let D Mills know I seen the shit he was saying," because it was just so unfathomable. It was just like it got to a point where we was like, "Hold up, bro, D Mills, you are on some whole other stuff. If you think the Mavericks gonna win, or you don't believe in the Celtics because of who they play, cool. But you was going a little extra stuff first. Even now, you're like, man, Jayson Tatum ain't gonna shoot that way." I don't know, man. I don't know.
And some of
He
your
only
biggest
do it
hope-
against the Pistons. He only play like that against the Pistons. Ain't that what he said?
That's what he said.
Come on, man.
I did say that.
But some of the things that you were worried about have happened for
Yeah.
the Celtics, and they're still up 2-0.
They are.
Tatum is still not shooting the ball well. Luka is still the best player in the series, and none of that shit has mattered through the first
It
2
hasn't.
games.
That's because the Celtics are just so damn deep.
The Celtics are still taking the shots that you hate. When they're on, the other team's on a 12-0 run, you still jack up threes. None of that has mattered
It hasn't.
because they're just better.
They hooping right
Through
now.
the first 2. Who knows what's the
And
next?
still-
if Dallas comes and
it's-
ties us up, shit, that's gonna be decent.
And still,
It's gonna be decent.
how many games are left? 5.
Yep.
So in the next 5 games, you think they're going to win 4
They got to win 4 out of the next 5 games.
before? Hey, man.
They have to win 4 of
Hey,
the next
man.
5 games to win this series.
They gotta win 4 before the Celtics win 2.
Yep.
And you still rocking with that. You got a chance right now to say, hey, I'm gonna stand on what I said for sure. But 2 games in, if you was the betting man,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you
I would
believe
definitely-
it, put some money on
Yeah,
it.
I
I've got to
definitely
be
would
crazy
bet
for
the
that.
odds gotta be crazy.
I've
Yeah,
gotta be
I would
going
bet
crazy.
money
Yeah,
on
if
it.
you
And I don't
really
even
believe
believe
it in
in
your
it.
heart,
I don't even believe
man,
in
The
it.
Mavericks are the favorite to win game 3.
Yes, they are.
So
man, I'm asking you about the damn series.
I know. I think the Celtics are gonna win the series, but I do want the Mavericks to win.
I pray that they at least win game 3. I do not want a 3-0 series, man.
I'm right
No.
behind you. I wanted the
I
Mavericks.
want a very entertaining final.
I wanted the Mavericks to win before this was even 2-0.
Yeah.
But as a person who does this for a living, this is
Kyrie-
our job.
Kyrie said they're gonna be back for game 5.
Nothing that I analyzed as an analyst led me to believe that the Mavericks would win 4 out of 7 games against the juggernaut Celtics.
What do y'all think the odds are for the Celtics to win the series? Minus what?
Minus
700,
500.
nah, 1,500.
Damn. Minus 950.
What?
What'd you say, P?
I was finna say negative 2,200.
Uh-oh.
This after those
Negative
first 2
950?
games.
Negative 5.
Nah,
pretty much
that's-
guaranteed.
the odds
Plus,
ain't
plus
good, but that's
640 for the Mavs. Put a little 10
That's
ball
okay.
on it. Put a little
That's
100
okay.
on it. You can afford to put a little 100 on it.
I'm not gonna.
The
do that.
buyout is 640.
I know. That's
You
what
just
plus
said
100 is.
Oh,
so,
true.
so
nah, that's what the plus
Plus
640
600, yeah,
is.
640.
Out of
Put the
100.
money
Plus
on the game
640,
3.
yeah. What'd you say? What?
Put the money on the game 3.
No, it's only like plus 1 something. That
So?
don't intrigue me.
It's plus 108.
But
No,
it's
it's minus
Put 1,000 on it.
126 for the Mavericks. to
Oh,
win.
their favorite.
Yeah,
You did
they're
say
favorite.
that. You
They're
did
1.5
just say that.
point favorite to be exact. All right. Well, when we come back, we're gonna be ranking the players in the series. Who's been the best guy, S tier through F tier. But first, we got to hear from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
It's a very simple game. I'm gonna give you a player, and you tell me where you would rank them S tier through F tier.
We
on
doing
their
this all by
performances.
ourselves, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Get your own grading scale. Through the first 2 games. I don't care about what they did last week. Just starting in these 2 games. Starting off with Luka Doncic.
S tier. It's been the best player in the series so far.
That's fair.
He's S tier. I mean, even though he hasn't shot the ball like crazy well, he's still leading his team to like even have a chance, especially in the second game. The first game got a little out of hand, but he's giving his team a chance. He just needs a little bit more help.
I'm gonna give him S tier just because of the responsibility he holds. Part of me want to give him A tier just because I feel like, as good as he is doing offensively, the lack of
The defense.
defense. When
I
we've
seen
seen
the
him,
clip.
when we've seen him in previous, when Kyrie pushed him.
No. They were like, it was on Twitter or whatever, but it basically had like the montage of people just kind of walking past him,
Oh,
and
that
it
was
had to be
from-
like 20 clips. Something like
that
wow.
from that
Lab.
one game.
Something
From
like
that one
that,
game.
yeah.
I saw the same thing from
Shout
that
out
one
to
game.
Bill.
It was one possession where Kyrie had to push him up into where to be, and then he had to go back down, and he didn't, and just gave up a 3. So, but I don't want to put that on him. So, because it's a lot to carry that load, plus already being banged up. So I'll give him S tier.
It's a lot to carry that load with him being banged up. Jayson Tatum.
I'd put him in S tier as well. I think what he's doing defensively.
S tier?
Yeah, I'll put him up there.
He said what the fuck he said.
Okay.
I think his playmaking has been phenomenal. I think his defense has been phenomenal. I know his shot isn't falling, but just because you're having a bad shooting night doesn't technically mean you're having a bad game. And Jason
I
Tatum
agree
is in
with
that
that,
level.
but I want you to remember what S tier is.
I'm gonna put him in A tier because I think
A-tier,
if he's in S tier with these performances, when he started making a shot,
Then what does he go? S plus?
He stays in S tier.
I would be more in favor for an A tier.
I'm going for A. Yeah,
I'm gonna go
A
A. The defense has been there. The points that Derrick made with the playmaking, I have to take in consideration the shot because at some point they might need him to actually start making shots and not being 1 of 7, 6 of 22, and different things like that. So I'll give him A tier, and I also want to give a player room to grow, which is kind of why I wanted to put Luka in that A tier too. But I think he's working with a different workload. So I'm gonna give Tatum that A tier because once that shot fall, then he easily is S tier. But if he's S tier now, yeah, when he make the shot, he in GOAT tier.
Best finals of all time.
Finals MVP tier. That's what
He already there.
Yeah, he's the betting favorite still. Kyrie Irving.
C tier. Actually, no, D. I'll go lower to D. I'll put him in a D tier.
I mean, he's not really that wrong. Like Kyrie Irving has not really showed up the way they needed to him in this series, and it's kind of hard to watch.
I'm with Derrick on this one. D or F tier. I think when you talk about the things he said previous series, I got to step up for Luka. I got to give him some help out there. It applies right here more than ever. You talk about I thought the crowd was going to be louder, all of these different things. They need him to step up. If the crowd ain't that loud and they ain't bothering you, you're focused. This is the final stage. Nobody on that team can guard you, really. I haven't seen anybody that can really. One of the best defenders in the world said he got to pray. That's how they gonna stop you is pray. And yet, you ain't really giving us anything.
His prayers are coming true.
Yeah, those prayers are being answered
right,
for sure.
right. If you don't believe in God, now's your
Jaylen Brown.
I want to say S, but
I do want to say that the scale should be slid based on your expectation.
Yeah.
Right. So like a guy like Derrick White, who we haven't got to, could be an A tier based on his role. Obviously, he hasn't been as important as like a Tatum, but because what they asked him to do, he's been amazing at it. I'm just saying that for the people at home.
Brown is teetering A, B for me. Maybe I'll put him in A, just because I feel like what he's doing defensively has been great. He's had a lot of big blocks in this series where it's like, damn, he came out of nowhere and got that. And like, he's still offensively, he's still doing solid. He's not doing bad. I think he's definitely staying the course and just doing what the team needs. And he's been very consistent.
I agree with Derrick. If he didn't have the turnovers that he had in Game 2, he might be S tier for me. I just love the approach more than anything. His play is obviously going to stand out in the box score too. But I think a lot of the stuff is kind of like a lot of Celtics. It's not showing up in the box score. The fact that he's not always settling. He did a little bit more of that in Game 2. But the fact that he's willing to attack, he was the one that was going at Luka in Game 1, making him work. He continued to do that in Game 2. Derrick mentioned the blocks. I love his approach, and I think it's a good salt to Tatum's pepper type thing. Like Tatum is going to settle. He's going to make the sexy plays. He's the opposite.
Yeah, I was saying like he's such a good number 2 for Tatum because it's just like, especially when Tatum's drawing all the attention, he'll take advantage of any type of mismatch. And one of the things he said, he stays aggressive getting to the paint. You know, Jayson Tatum, he will settle, more often than not, but Jaylen Brown is trying to bully you and get to that paint or even get to the little mid-range spots. He's S tier for me. I know he's not having like the 30, 40-point games or nothing like that, but he's been amazing.
That's why I like that duo, because we see a lot of duos that are like raw, like Clay in them, but it's so like kind of cut from the same cloth. They're cut from the same cloth because they're wings and they're trying to get buckets and different things like that, but he is way more aggressive and Tatum is way less settlers, like settling jumpers and things like that.
It used to be a conversation of like, two wings overlapping skill set. I don't think their skill sets overlap at all anymore.
Yeah.
Like I think they fit almost perfectly together. Where does Jaylen Brown rank amongst number 2 options in basketball?
Good question.
Right now?
Yeah. And maybe we're just riding the high of them being in the finals, but he's been doing this for like 2
Number
seasons
2.
now.
Who is it? Number 2?
So
LeBron. Who's
Bron and AD.
Bron and AD.
Or Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, probably in the conversation. But it's
If
like
Kyrie was having a better series, he'd be up there too.
Crazy.
At number
These
2.
teams suck so bad, I forgot they existed. Because right now I'm standing on what I said. Right now I'm standing on what I said because this is the thing about being a number 2, and this is why this conversation have to be.
Oh, you said he's number 2. Who's number 1 then?
No. He's number 1 of the second.
He's the second. He's the best second option.
Yeah. Or maybe I misspoke and said
You
2.
did
Okay.
say he
Okay.
was number 2.
Yeah, he's
I was
number
wondering
1.
who was number 1.
So this is a conversation that I'm gonna give some nuance to. This is why he's number 2.
Why
Talent
he's
for
number
talent.
Number 1.
Why he's number 1?
He's a number 2. He's a number 1, number 2.
Number 2. Talent for talent. Some of those names that you said
Are better,
They're better than here.
yeah.
But he is playing his role as a number 2 better than they do. That's why the Suns are where they at because they're having a conflict. Not necessarily against each other, but that's something that needs to be figured out. The Lakers. There can be an argument that their supporting cast just ain't as good as Boston because Anthony Davis did what he did. But I think complimentary-wise, I don't really have an argument against Anthony Davis, Jaylen Brown over him. I'm just going with who's doing what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And some nights,
Like
Some nights Anthony Davis is the number one.
That's what I was thinking.
But
I was like,
Jaylen
obviously
Brown,
they both got a
same
1A.
case can be said for the
Yeah,
Celtics.
Jaylen Brown,
for sure.
yeah. A lot of number twos sometimes look like the number one.
It's
Some
1A,
nights.
1B type of thing.
Jamal Murray can't touch no name that you just said. But when it comes to being a number two,
Yeah.
he's
as
a
a
shit.
number two, you probably want him over.
You said what?
When it comes to being a number 2, he's a shit.
It went over his head.
That
No.
little lane.
I didn't hear what he said at first.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take Devin Booker over Jamal Murray any day of the week. Y'all know that. But as a number 2, it's a conversation. And
Other
you still,
people, Damian Lillard, first year's a number 2,
Over
technically.
Nah, not based off last season. No,
Okay. Tyrese
but like
Maxey.
if Dame is playing at his full potential, then I'm taking
obviously,
Dame.
Right,
talent
right.
for talent. We going Dame. No
Tyree's
question. Talent for talent.
definitely
Tyrese
making his
Maxey.
case for one of the top number 2s.
Jaylen Brown, I would take over Maxey because I feel like Jaylen Brown also giving me a lot on the other side of the ball.
That's the other part of the
Maxey-
conversation I
Maxey
didn't
isn't
get a
gonna
chance to
give
bring
me.
up. Yeah.
Okay, other side, J-Dub, not in the conversation yet, at least.
And I'm speaking
Karl-Anthony
right
Towns.
now. When you
Okay.
said right now, I'm not talking about any, I'm talking
Paul
about
George?
right now. Right now.
Paul George is the number
Paul
2.
George is the number 1 because Kawhi Leonard ain't there.
Oh well, yeah. In that case, he wasn't there. But if he's your number 2, sheesh.
Who?
Paul George.
No. If he's your number 3, go to Philly, PG. If he's your
Yeah,
number
because
3,
we've seen him as number 2 for
I was
4
gonna say
years.
number
Actually,
3.
longer than 4 years. His MVP
if he's your
season.
number 3, that's the one because we haven't seen the number 2 turn into the championship runs that we want. So now he's sliding it down. You still my dog. You still one in my heart. But number 3 option, he can get you the championship.
All right, next player we'll get to. We just did Jaylen Brown. PJ Washington. It's kind of crazy how the talent drop off. It's
What's the lowest tier that you have?
F tier.
He's in F tier.
Really?
He's
I
in the F
thought
tier.
in game number 2,
He was a little
He
bit
was
more
more
aggressive with
aggressive
the
into the
floater and
basket.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F tier though.
I
That's
wouldn't
not
be
what
mad
they
at
need.
D.
They need him
D
to
was
make the
fine.
shot. And I don't care how bad
he was their
shot.
second leading scorer in game
I
2.
don't- KB. Anything outside of Luka did not do anything for me.
Didn't? I think in one of those like in the timeout interviews or something, they was talking to him and like apparently Jason Kidd told him that he wanted to come in and be like a Magic Johnson type player.
Just handle the ball more.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Magic
I know.
Johnson.
Don't take everything so
No,
direct.
not too
He did say that
literal,
though. He
yeah.
did
That's
say
like
that
Luka.
though.
Nah, I
Doing
wish
that.
he would have checked in and had like a flashy pass or something through behind
Right.
his back.
Like he wanted to push the tempo and like
Exactly.
push the break, rebound the
that's
ball.
that's only
Yeah.
it. That's only it. He just said the first thing that he's old. You know what I'm saying? He said the first thing that came to his mind. But no, the reason PJ Washington is in the F, and maybe that is a little harsh, but he has to hit those shots. Him being aggressive is good to see, utilizing that size. But dog, in game 1, off the top of my brain, every missed 3 that I saw him hit, nobody was near.
Yeah, it was
No,
Nobody.
they were just literally daring him to
wide.
shoot.
Yeah.
I don't care what the stats say in the analytics. I know he can make that shot, man. I've seen him make. There's no way that you only can make corner threes, brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We've only seen that
14%
from
above
PJ
the
Tucker.
break, 28% on the pick and pop. No, man. You got to step up and make some shots. Ain't nobody closing out. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So maybe I'll go up to a D.
That's some good points though.
yeah. I was gonna put him. I think D was like the
Yeah,
right.
D.
I think D is right. F, it just seemed like he wasn't
Harsh.
doing nothing
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He
I'll give
just
him.
standing up
I'll
there.
give him. Put him in the D.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all season long he's been 25% non-corner 3-point shooter.
Really?
Yeah.
So damn. So they really just saying, yeah, they scheme is working though.
What's a phone? A phone is a device that will distract you from living. What do you be talking about?
I joined the Kai stream, and that's what Kevin Hart was telling Drewski. He was telling Drewski and Kai that.
Somebody said that Missoula ass quote.
Joe
No, that was a Kevin Hart quote.
Somebody said tweet it from an iPhone.
That's hilarious. Jrue Holiday.
S. For his role, he's been amazing.
Yeah, I think that's
Defensively, contributing on offense too.
I have nothing else to say. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a short one.
fair. Yeah.
Like you.
Okay. Jrue Holiday. I mean, Derrick White.
B tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been solid, right?
Yeah.
Been solid. The defense has been amazing. The blocks.
Oh,
The blocks
that might
have been
move him up.
ridiculous.
That could have moved him.
Blocked
Hey,
by White.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown got a piece of that too.
And I go back to the Mavericks. It's like, okay, you do I want to talk about?
Dante Exum.
we talk about
Yeah.
Derrick
Bro,
Lively?
Dante
He hit
Exum-
that 3.
hit
they said, I
1-3.
think they was telling Dante after the same thing, meaning Jason Kidd was like, we need you to push the pace, get us some easy looks. Dante Exum
He turned the ball over
He
immediately.
checked
turned it
into the
over.
game and sprinted up court and turned the ball over
Because he
immediately.
literally put his head
Luka
down, went to the
Doncic,
basket, and it was just, he literally didn't know what to do.
I'm gonna sound mean as hell saying this. Can I ask you a question, Mike?
What?
Why is he playing in NBA Finals?
I was so happy for him in the regular season too. He was shooting 40% from three. He was
top.
defending.
He was
I'll ask
very
you.
good during the regular
He
season.
was
very good.
But I asked you, why is he playing in the NBA Finals?
Defense.
They needed somebody that could push the tempo.
You know who would have really pushed it?
Kyrie.
No.
Who?
Think. Who would have pushed the tempo?
Jaden Hardy.
He might not have given you the defense,
Yeah.
but he'd have pushed the tempo.
Porzingis. Game 2,
A
12
tier.
points, 2
The,
blocks.
the rim protection.
Yeah, the
is
rim
out of this
protection is
world, man.
amazing.
Out of this world.
Highest plus minus in the whole
Is he
game.
questionable for game 3, or is he like
He's
locked-
going to die
he
on the
said,
court.
I'd
He's
die
going to
out
die
there.
on the court if he has to.
Good,
If
good
he
to know.
dies, he dies.
Good
You know
to
where
know.
that quote is from?
Didn't y'all say it was Mike Tyson
Why don't we have a conversation about that quote?
yesterday?
No, we didn't. We didn't say Mike Tyson.
Porzingis said if he dies on the court. We said that yesterday. But if he dies, he dies. It was not said yesterday. Will you get Mike Tyson? It's kind
KD
of
has said something like, it made me feel like I was watching.
That's the movie.
I don't remember.
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky. Yeah.
Never seen any Rocky movies?
I have.
You seen the
Will Smith one.
montages?
I seen the Will Smith one.
Wait, what?
Wasn't Will Smith Rocky? Or was he the?
No, I think you talking about Creed?
Oh.
No, he's not. He's talking about Muhammad Ali, the movie.
Shit.
Oh,
I don't. Maybe I'm mixing up my movies right now. Sorry.
you never seen Rocky though?
Hold up.
Who played Rocky?
Hold up.
I might know it if you tell me who the actor was.
No, you won't.
Hold up.
No, you won't.
Hold up. I got this.
What?
So you know Rocky's black.
Yeah.
He's so funny, bro.
So you know Rocky's black.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't Will Smith, who else could it be?
Just think.
Michael
for a
B.
second.
Jordan.
See?
What?
You be saying to yourself,
Hey man, man, Rocky ain't nowhere near no damn black.
he's talking about yeah.
Man, it's Sylvester Stallone.
You
Adrian.
petty talk about some C. Oh, my stomach,
I
bro.
couldn't get it out. I go see you. That's what happens when you take your time.
Bro, you are a character, man.
You don't know that song-
that
that
Rocky is
music?
black.
That's close to the JJ Redick being black.
Yeah, that might be worse. That Rocky is like an icon in
Yeah.
sports. He has a statue. He's not even real.
Remember when we did the show in Philly? I kept saying I want to do the Rocky steps, The movie, the
I
song,
would
the
say
theme
there's
song.
no way you've never seen a montage from Rocky at all.
I probably have.
There's no way you haven't.
Rocky.
A lot
also-
of things that I've seen as a kid, I don't remember as an adult no more.
Bro, I can guarantee the Simpsons probably did one. Family Guy probably
Everybody
did one.
has a parody.
Every show
Yeah.
got
Rocky
a montage.
was the
where
first
it's-
person I seen crack eggs and then drink it. Fake.
Like, I know he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I know that.
Yep. From Chicago.
Anyway,
I'm just joking. It's from
I
Philly.
didn't know where he's from.
So you know where Michael B. Jordan, what he played in?
Yeah, Creed
okay.
Will Smith.
was Muhammad Ali.
Yes. Mike Tyson.
Creed is in the same universe.
Mike Tyson's a boxer. I don't know if he was in any movies.
Cool.
But
What about
good.
He was in The Hangover.
What about George
oh,
Foreman?
he was in Hangover. You
What
said
was
who?
George Foreman there?
He made the grill.
George Foreman.
You never heard of George Foreman?
I know the grills.
He's a boxer too.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he reinvented himself.
Into what?
He made the grills.
Oh.
He
I
was
know
a
that.
boxer.
He also named all of his kids George Foreman.
Foreman, yeah.
He did.
I didn't
So-
know that until Twitter though. Twitter taught me that.
That's so lame.
Do you know who Floyd Mayweather is?
Yes.
Okay.
But you act like that's like a dumb question when you just said you didn't know who Rocky was.
No. He told me he knew who Rocky was.
Oh, yeah, true.
He
Black.
knew damn well who he was.
He just couldn't
He knew him
remember-
so
yeah.
well that he thought he was Will Smith. And then I said, no, but you know he black. Yeah, he's Michael B. Jordan. That's how well he knew Rocky. That's why I asked if you knew who Floyd Mayweather is. I agree with KB. I'm not asking you nothing crazy because the crazy shit you already did. We should do that. We should have streams where we have to go back and watch that type of shit. Because if you've seen it so long ago that you don't know Rocky is not black, then you can no longer say that you've seen Rocky. That's what I've tried to tell you and Mike for years. When me and KB was quizzing y'all on black movies a few years ago in the old studio, and y'all was like, no, I've seen that. Tell me one character name. I don't know. Oh, then you didn't
Tell
see
me
it.
the plot. Give me the reason this movie
Anything.
exists.
Can you tell me
I
something
can't
besides
do
the name? No. Mm-mm. Then you didn't see it. You may need to go watch that again. It's like taking Spanish. Oh yeah, I know Spanish, and you don't know any of the words. Might need to take the class again.
I got no other players because we don't want to talk about like Gafford.
Let's talk about
Who was
movies
good?
here.
Who was good in game number 3? Game number 2, third quarter. Last thing. Game 2 of the NBA Finals eked out an increase over the past 2 years and hit a 5-year high. You remember game number 1?
It was
the
so
percentage
low.
was down.
So
How
people
many
had to
people were
work that day.
watching? Probably. Sundays, Mavericks versus Celtics game 2 averaged 12.06 million viewers on ABC, making it the most watched game 2 of the finals since Warriors Raptors in 2019.
Oh wow.
So they bounced back.
It's going to dip again.
That's on a
Sunday, it's a
weekday.
lot more time to do that versus Wednesday. Wednesday is hump day.
What time is the game? I think the game like 7:30 our times. People just getting off work.
Yeah.
But the
Especially
game
if you're a
was- the
West
game was-
Coaster, man, it's early.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And that LA traffic.
You listen to the game on the radio while you on your way home work.
Or just watch it
Or
like
way
you was
home from
watching
work.
the first episode of Numbers on the Board.
While you was driving your car after had already been in an accident.
Bro, I don't know why people be acting like I get into an accident every week.
Well, you
Every
the only
time-
person here to have multiple accident stories from the podcast.
And then
I
had the
had one
nerve,
accident
and then,
story.
And then had the nerve to drive on your phone watching E ESPN.
No, you have 2.
you have 2 accident stories.
What
You
what?
hit a kid.
You physically hit
Yeah.
someone.
That shit was 10 years ago.
Oh,
It still is a.
It's not on my record.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
because the
It's
kid
not
did-
on my record.
because he didn't want to press charges. It could have been on your record.
It's not on my record.
Did your insurance go up?
No,
You should thank
that shit
them.
was 10 years ago.
You should thank them.
I'm saying, did it go up? Not
don't-
is it up now?
I don't
Yes,
know.
it did. No way you hit somebody and your insurance does not increase. Because I was in a fender bender where I got hit and my insurance went up.
same.
I thought you hit somebody.
That's a different one.
Oh, but anyways, I was only 17, 18, so I just paid my regular insurance rate. It could have went up if my mama paid it, but I just paid the same amount.
I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
You be having a lot of car shit. Those two, yeah, $2,000
I got
in
my-
traffic tickets because you didn't go to your mom's house to check the mail. You was just going through tolls, thinking that they was just gonna
But
disappear.
again though, that's not an accident though.
No, I didn't say it was an accident.
But I'm
doofus.
not saying about you. But if I say something,
No, you is questioning me. When I say some shit, you don't question.
if I tweet about my car, they be like, "Damn, it says
Oh,
the dude that
well,
just got it." Oh no, you know what I tweeted?
I
was
didn't
like,
know this. We don't know that. We just saying, I don't know what they said on Twitter. They do the same. They do the same
tweeted
thing to
out-
all of us.
I tweeted out, man, I hate when I was like, it's somebody always at your job that need a ride home from work, and they started like guessing who it was.
Somebody
and they're
said
like,
me.
Yeah, and it was like it's D Mills or whatever, and then I'm like, some other comments is like, speaking of you, don't you be getting all the accidents or whatever? I'm like, bro, I got my car too because I didn't have the little thing on it.
Oh, that's another story for your car.
man.
But that's not an accident though.
We're not saying it's we
It's a
know
car
we
story.
know the difference between tow and accident, Mike.
I
Holy
don't think
shit.
they know.
You walked
Hey,
in
get on his ass
an hour and a
more.
half into the show.
What's up, you guys? Sorry I'm late.
Get on his ass some more because y'all got him insecure about his car troubles. That's not an accident. Though. But yeah, don't ever in y'all life
Getting
comment.
your car towed from your apartment is
It's crazy.
crazy.
That's what
Just
pissed me
waking up
off.
in the morning and just go home.
Yeah, if you was at your girlfriend's house or something,
man.
understandable. But they got you trying to go up there and beat their ass.
Man, I wish I could.
What was the reason behind you
I
getting
wish I
told?
could.
Because remember, I was getting my car fixed, and I had the rental. It was from that same one accident, but I
Yeah.
had the rental, and I had my the permit in there.
Yeah.
and I left it in there, and then like they had closed over the weekend or some shit, and that's when I got took.
You know why I giggled or laugh? Remember when we was waiting on his ass and the lady hit you and was
Oh,
mad
yeah.
at you because she hit you?
Yeah.
Lady was mad at Derrick when he was sitting in park. We was sitting out
Yeah.
there for like 10 minutes for Mike. So I don't know how she didn't see him. Ain't like he just pulled up out of nowhere. And she hit him. and was mad when the police came.
I didn't even know she was in her car. I thought I was sitting next to idle cars, and then all of a sudden the car next to me, she just backs into me. And I'm just like, what the that means she literally did not look at all.
Yeah. That was when you were in that indestructible tank.
Yeah.
And then the officer was like, y'all
I missed
lie?
that car.
I was like, y'all lie? I'm like, yeah, my knee hurt a little bit. That blew her.
That happened to me.
I remember that.
She said,
I
ain't
remember
nothing wrong
that.
with that boy.
I remember I overslept that morning. That's why I was late coming down.
Damn, so it's your fault.
Yep, because if you got up on time, she wouldn't have had enough time to hit him.
How did that settle itself?
I think it was just, nothing happened really. I think I got her info and everything, but like I didn't really pursue anything deeper. I didn't really care that much.
Yeah, the car was already effed up.
Yeah.
You just got a new car though.
Oh yeah, we did.
You see his face?
Y'all remember how
in
his
his
trunk used to
mind,
be?
it's probably Andrew's
Y'all
car.
remember how his
Oh,
trunk used to be?
Yeah.
The long,
Like
yeah.
the one that he had is like he had his trunk and it was just like caved up for some
Yeah.
reason. Like you could put
Did you
stuff
do
in
that,
there.
or did
No,
it
my
get like
sister
that?
did that.
Oh,
We were driving on. I forget where we were going, but we were on the road driving,
Oh yeah, we was on 75th Street.
and I think it was a little rainy outside, or maybe it was like snow or whatever. But the lady behind us rear-ended D Mills. So
and
we-
it fixed it.
No, it didn't fix- that would have been some cartoon stuff. It fixed it. So, but he pulled over, and the lady's explaining to him like, "Oh, my bad. Like, let's try not to get the police involved and everything like that." And you know, we're kids at the time. Like, he just got his license. We're it's like me and maybe John in the back. We're like, D Mills got to play it smooth. Like, look what you did to my trunk, my trunk.
That went to hell though, because it's probably already documented that
Bro,
happened.
Yeah.
On this road, we was leaving a gym. Taro called himself racing somebody, and he was stopping. His brakes, I guess, wasn't that good, and he hit the back of somebody's car, but it wasn't hard. It was like the perfect hit. We like, dude, get out, walk around his car, look back, and got right back in his car. It's like he didn't know he didn't know he got hit. We was like that.
I think I told you one time I was at what's
It was
that?
the most strangest thing
He
ever.
probably was just checking to see if there was some significant.
It wasn't no
done.
damage.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because we couldn't believe it wasn't no damage.
And when
But
he
we-
saw it wasn't none, he was just like, "Fuck that."
no, yeah, but it was just crazy because most people are gonna say something. He didn't acknowledge it at all. He was like, and
Bro,
got back
one
in
day
his
I was
car.
at McCullum, and you know how like the parking lot, like
One way in, one way out.
yeah, it's only one way out, but it's kind of close together, and everybody was leaving after we was hooping whatever, and one guy's pulling back, and on the other side is more parking spots, so there's two cars pulling back, and they both like hit each other, and you just seen a whole bunch of rust fall off, and one of the kids gets out, he just looks at it, shakes his head, and then just gets back in and leaves.
That happens so much when you go to like a Target or something. When the car's back, so many people are almost hitting each other. And like Derrick said, that means you're not even looking. Because as soon as I get in my car and I put it in reverse, that
camera
come up and you can see them red lights reversing instantly. You just put them
Bro,
on the
that's
back
so.
of the car.
That racing stuff is so. Who the hell is trying to race on the roads?
The
bro?
stupidest thing.
I told you the story of when we was coming back from export. and
Oh,
we
man,
stopped
don't
at the
say no
light.
names because you be saying names, but you have told me this.
First of all, you know we in
I know-
high
I
school.
know
You
the
know
name.
we not in no wrong. You know we in some
Right.
beater car.
Yeah. At least Sarah had he got a fast car.
We in a beater car pulling
And he
up
was
to the
racing
light.
Sean. He was racing Sean.
Driver look over to the side. It's
This
a
is
dude.
crazy.
He look over to the side and it's a guy in a souped up car.
So
I
you're
don't know what
racing a
type of-
stranger in a faster car.
He talking about you trying to race, and I'm thinking, dude got some sense to him. Like, nah, where you trying to race to? I'm like 17 years old. He talking about to the next light. When I say we got our ass dusted, I don't even know how I got in that spot, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no desire.
That's where we
to
got that
race.
famous moment where Larry was there. He was like, he was driving fast, but he was driving even fast. No, he's like, you was driving fast, but he was driving fast.
That
He was
movie
like, Larry,
is
that
quote.
don't make no sense.
That movie is quote.
There you
Shout
go.
out Larry though.
There you go with the
He
names.
Ballin' on C.
Ball no see.
Do we got unplugged?
Yeah, let's get it unplugged in, man. What is y'all favorite? Nah, let's go somewhere deep. How deep y'all want to go? What time is it?
11:30.
See, let's go deep. Let's go deep. What's y'all biggest fear? Don't tell me, oh man, dying. Don't drowning.
Do you want to know some? This is actually like some real thing. It's like being homeless. I think when I see homeless people, like I couldn't just imagine trying to be in that spot.
I'm laughing
No,
because I'm picturing you homeless. And
I just can imagine, especially when it be like cold as hell outside,
you
and just
would
be
able
like
to get
bitter
a lot
cold.
of. You be able to get them big ass heads could hold a jug. You know how sometimes, like I just seen somebody holding like a little cup. You be able to hold a damn. What's the?
I don't know
But
what
your
you're talking
face
about.
be so funny.
I don't know what the he really
You be
trying to
having
go
like
in
a
their head.
half smirk when somebody talking about you.
You be able to hold a kid's pool in that. No, I'm just.
Yes, you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Because it's a serious moment, so let me stop.
No, but I'm like being homeless has got to be like the worst thing ever
I agree.
in my mind.
I
It's
agree.
just, I couldn't even.
Especially somewhere like here,
Fathom that.
when they get cold here, it's so
I don't even know. Like,
bad,
I
bro.
mean, they have like homeless shelters, obviously, and stuff like that. But you get caught outside in that cold, you ain't got nowhere to go. That
It's
shit
so
could
bad.
not be nice.
It's so bad.
How,
man.
how are you dealing with your finances to prevent that from ever happening?
I got a lot better at saving. I'm trying to find a way to like invest my money, but I don't want to have like a crazy investment. It's like 25,000, but I want to have like a slowly investment where it's like it can return in a longer time down the road or something.
Well,
like
one
that.
thing you could do, it's not really an investment, but depending on who you bank with, more than likely your bank will have it. You could take a little bit of money that you're comfortable with, put it on a CD. And now again, it ain't no crazy investment, but it is a way for you to have some interest on some money that's already sitting in the bank. Until you're ready to.
Yeah. I used to
dive
just
in.
hold my money in one account. And then I went to the bank once to like get a check because I didn't have a checkbook. And they were like, they in so many words, and they didn't mean it like this, but like, you got all of this money that's just sitting here doing nothing for
Right,
you.
right hand of God. I'm only telling him that because the lady just told me that 2 months ago. I went in to get a check for.
Somebody was just telling me the same thing.
I forget what I was getting a check for, and the lady I guess seen my account when I got the check. She said, "Sir,
You want a private client account?
like this."
No,
This
I
money
think I
just
seen it
sitting
on
here.
Twitter. It was basically like some dude was trying to like, I got 100,000, or he's showing his account. He's like, I got 100,000 in my account, and somebody quoted it was like, you're just sitting on all that money. Like you could be using that money
To make
basically
money.
without even like worry
Yeah.
and be gaining more money. Like that's just
Literally.
bad having it just sitting in the bank.
Yeah, agreed. One of the best decisions I made over the last 3 to 4 years was having a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand a lot of the stuff, but my guy, he's really good at explaining, so I can understand it. And because that's a big fear. Like it's not my biggest fear, but I agree. Because you say you want to get deep. In 2008, we saw our granddad lose our house that we were living in, and how much strain that put on the family. It's like some really scary shit. So like I think I mentioned it on the show about a month ago. We toured a house that was really expensive, and technically I can afford it, but the reason I didn't buy it is because I'm afraid that in 20 years down the line, the same shit that happened to my granddad in 2008 might happen to me, where I bought something at the time that I could afford, but now even if we paid the house off, the property tax for that property was ridiculous. So I still have to pay even though the house is paid off. So I'm like, the way I do it, again, hiring a financial advisor to help me make sure that my money is making money. And I would say I'm pretty frugal when it comes to just buying stupid shit. Like I have my stupid purchases, don't get me wrong. I have 2 Rolexes and look at me right now. I'm not wearing a goddamn watch on my wrist at all. And I have like some cars. But for the most part, I like very, very frugal. Y'all see me with the same 3 outfits.
That's funny that they all kind of align. That's to a lesser degree. Not that I think I'm gonna be homeless or not, but like I never want to be somebody who had. Like I run into a lot of people, my own family, other people's family, and they'll see something. Like I remember when I first got my car, somebody that I know had a family member was like, yeah, oh, that's a nice car. I had a car like that years ago. I had like a Benz or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think about that a lot too, where like I try to find a balance of living my life and doing me, so I don't be too overly, because I don't, you know what I mean? I want to have my fun and live my life because we work hard. But yeah, I'll be feeling the same way. Not necessarily being homeless, but yeah, losing my money. I definitely be like, man, like I don't want to be a person that go get a house and then you got to go back to an apartment or you have a luxury car.
Because like growing up, I always like my family. I mean, we were poor. Like we struggled, or my parents at least struggled to like. There was times they would have conversations.
Because I was going to say another joke about.
No, I mean that's a real
Section
thing.
8 lyric. It go to your mind anytime you say something like that. Right?
No, but it's a real thing for people, and it's just always when you have parents that's kind of in that situation, it can kind of go to like the next generation, or that next generation might not have that same financial literacy or how to handle their money.
That's a real good. That's like a real good point that y'all both have said, because I do agree with that. I think a lot of the stuff that I think about definitely comes from that. I seen my dad work super hard all my life, working for whatever he does or whatever, and then the same thing with my mom, and they've never made the money that I make, though that they work longer and harder. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely it definitely puts some fear in you. Not fear, but you kind of think about things, because when you grow up a certain way,
it puts it back in perspective when it's like my mom's telling me something about my sister, and she's like, "Oh, she needs some new shoes for whatever. It's like $75 away till I get paid." I'm like, "I got you for that." Like,
for sure.
You know, like I could help you with that.
That's the best feeling, to be honest with you. That's the super best feeling.
The best I've ever felt is like for Christmas, I for my parents, I gifted them a check, and see their reaction to that. You know.
Yeah.
Because what you said is very, very true. We're very privileged and blessed to be in the positions where we're at. We work hard, but like my dad drove 12 hours a day for 27 years over the road, just driving. And I make significantly more than him doing a lot less work. So it is interesting to put into perspective and kind of appreciate all of the stuff that we've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, super young ages too.
Yeah.
Super young.
And I think that's also one of the scary parts too.
We're so young.
And our job is technically internet based.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, do not do this, by the way. If everybody that's watched this video is like, I don't like this podcast no more, then it's like, what am I supposed to do until I'm 50?
Oh, me and Mike gonna be good. We just 24/7 rappers.
Okay. Okay.
Instantly, we just hit the booth 24/7.
Yeah, that's a valid fear, Mike. Valid fear. What about you, Derrick? Is that a new watch, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I got this for Christmas.
Your mom got you that, right?
No, my mom got me the silver one.
The silver one.
Angie bought me this one.
Okay.
Nice.
Mine's is like weird. It's like getting arrested in a foreign country.
Oh man.
Hey,
that's real.
That's why I'm not going nowhere.
That's real.
But like a small thing that I might think is fine, but like they take it extremely serious.
Yep.
And like now I'm arrested and like
don't even know what they saying to you.
Yeah, like I'm terrified of that.
Like
sure.
Oh man, because you know my life is on the internet. There's a streamer that happened to. He was in some country where you can't film outside, and he was streaming, and he got arrested. And I think it worked out fine for him. But I was like, damn, like that's kind of crazy.
That's a dude with the name that's a color, like they can go on your car. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that's kind of crazy.
A color. You know what I mean?
And like sometimes they don't treat Americans well in those type of.
I ain't think about the Brittany Griner.
Not just Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brittany Griner stuff was crazy, and people gonna say like. It was just like the card, and she shouldn't bring the card over there. But
hey, before we walk in here, y'all be, because they.
Nah, the Brittany Griner thing is real though.
Yeah,
that's why I was scared for Nicki.
Such a minor
Nicki
thing.
got caught up. Nicki Minaj got caught up.
Nicki was recently arrested in a foreign country too.
And I ain't know what was going to happen, but yeah, that's a valid one.
The Brittany Griner was going for how long?
Too damn long, bro. Too damn long.
She recently was doing a.
She had to cut her hair. Remember, she had dreads, long dreads.
Yeah. That's like terrifying to me.
Who knows the impact will be with her for the rest of her life because of
the psychological impact of all that. 10 months. She was going for 10 months.
I said
and
it's crazy.
And like what's crazy about that is that Russia did that for like a political reason. Like, well, they arrested her for having it, but like they leveraged her to get back what somebody that they wanted.
If you're the one that they're gonna make an example out of, it's got to be the worst shit.
Bro, 10 months is so long. 10 months ago was what? The start of the NBA season? Before the start of the NBA season.
Oh yes, this is before the start.
Because then they traded. It was like a trade essentially.
Yeah, they traded the arms dealer.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
that's funny.
That's so crazy.
No, it is kind of funny.
That country leveraged her to get back someone.
Yes.
Well, what did you think they would have done? They don't have no.
But I remember they was posting.
I feel like if it was someone
Russia
where
got
they
back
didn't
a
think that the
demon.
country cared about that much, they probably would have just gave him a slap on the wrist and let him go. But they
nah.
knew how much America wanted her back, so they were like,
For
"Give
sure.
us back."
That's
our guy that
exactly
y'all
what I would
arrested."
think another country would have done with us. That's just my
We
thinking.
won the trade too.
That's just my thinking. I wouldn't. The same reason you are afraid to go to jail over there is my same thinking with anything that they would trade. They not gonna do us really no favor. That's why you don't want to go to jail over there.
I don't want to go to jail anywhere.
Yeah.
But damn sure not there.
Damn sure not.
Damn
there.
sure not.
Yeah,
not
being
there.
falsely convicted of something is a huge.
I just
fear.
seen a thing of a dude. They showed the picture when he went in and when he came out, and he got out because of DNA.
Yeah, that's happening way more often.
Like,
now.
okay, come on, man. And
way more often.
and also, do you know how that feel for you to go through it? But then you got people that really know you. So you in there, you saying you innocent, and your mom is probably gonna really believe you because she know her son.
Yeah.
And then after 20 years go by, your mom at some point got to sit in her room or some shit by herself and really think, damn, did he? And she probably still gonna ride with you, but it's like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All the people that's gonna be thinking that you did some
Known
shit,
for, yeah.
the time that you,
And the
man.
perspective of you is not going to change to a lot of people. Because if you're in jail for 20 years, whether you were innocent or not, you have changed behind in those 20 years of behind
Yep.
bars.
Yeah,
you had to
essentially
adapt.
became institutionalized.
You had to survive.
Yeah.
So you will always be looked at, whether you were guilty or not, as the guy that was in jail for 20 years. And that might change the way you look at the whole world. I mean, 20 years ago, bro, think about, there was no real, internet
KB.
wasn't a thing.
I get wrongly convicted, I'm going back in. Because when I get out, Y'all get
I've
me.
also seen it where I've seen like the articles where it's like a man has been wrongfully accused or whatever, and he was been in jail for a long period of time, and he gets out and it's like he's rewarded $1.2 million.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That little ass money.
that's not enough for me being in
that
jail
was like
for that long.
400,000, and that was
400?
pre-tax, bro. He spent 17 years, if I'm not
That's
remember this
crazy.
correctly.
No, that's
17 years
insane.
for 100,000 is ridiculous.
Yes, and that's again pre-tax money. He
They-
walking out with 200,
that sound like
something
Mike.
like that.
They scared to be held accountable.
Yeah, it's crazy the IRS will. It's crazy the IRS will want some of that money.
Shouldn't that be untaxed?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, if the police do something to you, that money should be untaxed.
What's your favorite childhood? I almost want to say snack. It's not a snack or like candy. It's like a dessert. I was in Jewel and Ari was looking at the little Debbie things, the zebra cakes. I remember we used to eat this. What's
Honey
y'all
buns.
Honey buns.
Rice
I used to
Krispies.
love the apple pies
Rice,
from
no, Rice
McDonald's.
Krispies is the answer.
Okay, not out of the restaurant.
Oh,
Damn,
Could he
big
say
baller.
creme brulee?
I don't know. Maybe like
You go to Five Star, you got $1.
probably like a strawberry Pop Tart, or
Strawberry Pop-Tarts hit. Top 3.
See, I like my Pop Tarts warmed up, so I never did the cold.
I like both. Strawberry is the one.
I
But
think-
over a honey bun, the brownies, a zebra cake, oatmeal pie, I'm not taking no damn.
honey buns. Honey buns is probably
Pop-Tart?
honey buns.
Oatmeal
is top
pie.
tier.
The ice
was
ones?
elite.
Oatmeal pies was underrated.
Elite.
They are.
So damn good. And yeah, I'm not taking no
They
Pop-Tart
make you feel
over
old, but they taste
They
like
taste
heaven.
good. They do. They taste amazing.
You know what I think about very often?
that. Did y'all like moon pies?
Yes.
They were okay.
Yes.
My uncle used to like that shit.
I don't remember them like that.
It was yellow.
I
They
think
were-
about often. You remember when we were shooting that content and we were going sneaker shopping, but Derrick thought we were going to the studio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I rewatched just the beginning of that video like every 6 months or so. Because it's so funny how he edited it. Like we go into the studio, like it's like a
Yeah.
record scratch. No, we're going sneaker shopping. And that was not planned, but like if you didn't know us, it felt like it was scripted. The way you looked at him in that moment,
and
go
he
watch
stopped
that
it,
video,
made it
yo.
grayscale.
Yeah, go watch that video, please. That video is hilarious. Well, the beginning of it's hilarious. The rest of it could be better. But we were very awkward in public filming
Yeah.
and stuff back then. Probably still are. I don't know. We haven't filmed in public in some time. Oh no, we just did the golf thing,
Yeah.
which I guess technically counts.
Was
don't
not
think that
was
was
not
awkward.
was not fun to do.
It wasn't fun.
It was not fun to do. Message, listen. Stop getting in people's business. If you and it is funny, but I'm so 1000%.
That's 100% true.
I'm so serious. If you are a viewer, and I don't care how tall you are, I don't care what's your gender, your race, stay out of people's business, man. Please stay out of people's business. Because number one, you may not even think you're doing any harm, but I'm telling you, that shit is gonna get somebody feelings hurt, to a level that they don't know. When we all we did was film us golfing, Mike. And on a couple of occasions, we had people getting in our damn business. And it was one time where I was finna go off, but I said, hey, bro, relax, P. Pick and choose. I don't even think he even understand what he's doing right now, so don't even let him have it. We golfing. The man who synced us, he worked there. He synced us before we even got on the course. This dude drives onto the course at like hole 2 or 3. He had already seen us. And he's asking about what we doing. After seeing what we've done, we've explained to him when we first got there. It's been explained to him like a couple times now. He drives in the middle of things, stopping the whole game. We're trying to play with pace and do our video. KB booked like 4 time slots to make sure nobody's behind us. Easy concept to grasp. He comes, he's saying something to Derrick. I don't know what he's saying to Derrick. We come over there. Here you go again. Yo, what exactly y'all doing?
Yeah.
Because we have 6 people. Austin and his homie J-Trib were filming our 4.
Yeah, so we only have 4 people playing. That's a very important part.
But if you get in our business, it looked like we got 6. So he come in, he talking about pace and all of that, but you're slowing up the pace. So you're contradicting yourself by having this pointless ass conversation we've already had with you. Then I was behind trying to finish up my putt. Another dude who was playing comes to us, how many y'all got?
Sound like y'all playing pickup.
I said 4. Oh, because I said, you said how many we got, right? How many
That would have
playing?
pissed me off. He talking about, I count 6.
Right.
And
I just told you, I know how to count. No, I know how to count.
Like I'm trying to be slick.
If we had 6, I would tell you we got 6. Do some shit about it. We ain't got to hag. Man, come on, bro.
I just don't even know what his goal was. Was he gonna like
Go
call the
I
clubhouse?
have
if
no
we
idea
had
because I
6?
even told him like, if y'all want to go in front of us, y'all can. Like we ain't
Which is the very
tripping.
logical thing
And
to
he
do.
said no. So what is you asking me how many I got for?
He just policing some shit he can't even
That
police.
has nothing to do with him. Entitlement, bro.
Yeah.
Entitlement, bro. And the area that we live in and that we be around, there's so many different type of people that have that type of entitlement that it just mess their brains up. They don't even understand. I went to the mall last week and it was raining. And I'm like, bro, this is what privilege does. And it's privilege and entitlement. It just makes you just stupid. No creativity. We're in the mall. It's raining. We all at this ice cream place. So because it's raining, nobody wants to take the ice cream outside. So now it's a bunch of us in here. It's not that many seats. I just stand on the ledge and eat my ice cream. These other people, I'm hearing them because I'm by myself. I'm hearing them like, oh my gosh, we might have to stand. That's what I hear them saying to you. And I'm like, no shit. No shit. Oh my gosh. You're going to have to stand? Oh my gosh. No, Jared. You can't stand. Surely he's going to get up and give you a seat because there's no way you got to stand.
That's funny.
Like, man, that's the down part of like just this entitlement that some of these people just walk around with, where they just don't even realize that, hey, yeah, there's a subtle inconvenience that's not even that bad.
Yeah.
It ain't the kite screen place was nice. I just sat on a ledge. I didn't sit on the floor. It was just like on a ledge. And you just sit there and you just stand up eating. And then here's some other people like not knowing what to do. They kind of going
panic.
panicking
They go into a panic.
because they don't know what to do. And I'm like, bro, this
Or
is
either go
crazy.
stand in the rain. They had that out. Or either
Go to the restaurant next door.
Or no, they
Something.
KB. They could have stood at the wet tables outside.
You know,
if you really want
this
to
is a
sit,
different one,
that
but you
much.
know what's the biggest privilege? When I be at the airport, and this only happened like I think twice to me, where it's the biggest line ever in going through the TSA, and there's gonna be somebody's like, can I please go ahead of you?
Yes.
And they will do it one by one by one. Like you don't think everybody else got somewhere to go.
Yeah,
They do
that getting off the plane too.
Yeah.
I got a connected flight. Well, I'm sorry.
bro. When I was on my way back, I saw people sprinting down the tarmac. Oh, is that the right word?
Terminal.
Because my flight was delayed because their flight was delayed, and they had a connecting flight, and they get off that plane. I'm telling you, they booking it
With the luggage?
with the luggage, bro. going. I'm like, damn.
I've done
I
that
hope
same
they
thing
made it.
before.
I ain't
It
never
was-
had no connecting flight.
When you
personally.
have a connecting flight, not to sound insensitive, but like you sign up for that. That's something that comes with that. I'll happily move. But the problem is, back when the last company used to book our flights, we would be in row 33, which means there's 29 other rows, 3 people a row. Dog, you're going to have a long time thinking that everybody is going to tell
generous.
you. Yeah. That's a lot. That in itself is entitlement to think. You booked that. You knew what it was. You knew you're going to have a connected flight. Everybody that has ever took one knows what come with that. Asking everybody to move or thinking that they're going to is just tough. I don't mind moving. But it's 65 people in front of you like that, bro. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a tough job, man. It's a tough job.
On my flight back from New York a couple days ago, I saw somebody have a device, not a device. It's made out of like cloth or stuff, where you hook it to the back of your seat, and it gets your head from when you sleep. You know, sometimes you sleep, you go that way.
Yeah.
It prevents you from doing that. So he was just sitting straight up with his head wrapped so he wouldn't fall forward. I was like, that's kind of cool, but he looked fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was saying. I just seen a
How
video.
long was the flight?
Out from New York, so 2 hours back.
Yeah,
I just seen
It was
this.
at 7 a.m.
I
So
seen this video
Okay.
of this guy who had a suitcase that had turned into a scooter.
Oh yeah. I've seen
That looks
those
raw.
before. I've seen the kids had those in the where they ride on top of it.
Yeah.
It's motorized.
That's raw.
Yeah.
When we went to the Bryson Tiller concert, it was these 2 girls. They was trying to cut. They weren't trying to cut. Apparently, they kept saying, "We're trying to get to our friends up here," and like I don't have time, so I'm not gonna say no. So I just let them go. But then it was like these group of black girls up in front. I guess they had time that day, and they was not letting them go through. I was like,
Yeah, they're trying to be slick. That's why I used to say that. I dropped my keys. Could you move real quick while I slide up?
I'm just like,
Because it was standing room, right? So you got there early to get your spot.
No. You had assigned seats.
Oh,
really?
Those seats, yeah.
Okay.
But like I was just like, I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I don't know who they
You're
with.
also 6'3", so you could just see over her regardless.
I just let them through. But the other girls, they was just like, no, you're waiting in line just like the rest of
In
us.
times like that, if I don't want to do it, I just don't say nothing. It's not even gonna. I'm not even gonna talk to you. I don't want. I just know.
Because it was like they like kind of like formed a wall. I think they like low key saw it
They
coming.
said they formed a wall.
And like they
Hell
They
no.
guarded Giannis.
Hell
they
no,
weren't
they
gonna let them through.
3-4 defense.
They made it known that they was not gonna let them through.
I don't know. This is always an intuition thing. If I feel like you're being genuine, I'll move. But if you come on, Brian. Yeah, 'cause I feel I don't have time, so I'm just not even gonna engage in this BS.
You should have came golfing with us Saturday, Mike.
What was the big thing that happened?
It rained.
Oh yeah.
So we only played 5 holes, and we got the fuck
Bro,
out of there.
like it didn't just
And
rain.
we
It
saw-
was
it was
dumping.
like downpour.
We so goofy.
Wait, that's what you said Saturday?
Saturday,
We
yeah.
so goofy. We came to the conclusion. We like, y'all want to finish?
Yeah.
I'm on whatever y'all on. So it was a chance that we could have been like, yeah, let's try to finish, and we left at the wrong time, but it still was the right time.
But because it wasn't, I don't want people to think it was drizzling and we can't play too. No, it was like
Pouring.
downpour.
I'm trying to remember how
downpour.
Saturday was. I don't remember.
By the time I got to my car, bro, all
I
my
was
clothes
wet.
was
I was just
soaking.
so
I didn't even
wet.
want to sit in the car.
Yeah, I drove right home, got right in the shower.
I just took the pants off in the car.
I remember we used to try
always
to.
do that.
Oh no! Hit a real story of the day.
Yeah.
We on the tee box of hole number 1, waiting our turn. It's a solo going in front of us. We're waiting for her to finish. I'm in the tee box getting some practice swings in. Do say, oh my God, it's Kenny. Wait, Day Mills, Pierre. Now all the pressure in the world on my shoulders
Did you think he?
because our fans are there watching.
Do you
us.
think he delivered, or you think he shriveled up in a moment of glory?
I'm going to say he delivered.
Mike, out the tee, I hit the ball 4 feet. Not even 4 feet straight. It was 4 feet to the right.
And you know what's funny? Those was his worst 2 hits of the day.
Yeah, I actually played pretty okay.
Matter of fact, I meant to tell you too, because I told y'all I went to that baseball game for my mom's like company
The
or
White
whatever.
Sox game, yeah.
And
How
seen,
was it? You didn't even tell us how it was.
Did you get a hot dog?
Yeah, I did get a hot dog. Well, they had the
Did you get a daiquiri? Oh, they had the sweet.
It wasn't as so. You know how they have all the suites or whatever. If you keep going further, it's like a big like lobby room where they had. It's like I don't even know how to describe
They
it.
had a bunch of food in there.
They got a bunch of food
That's
in
they
there.
had
and
when we
it's
had the
like-
sweet for KB.
It was next to those suites. It wasn't an actual suite. It don't even matter. It don't even
No,
matter.
I'm saying when
about the thing.
KB had the sweet,
Yeah,
when you go out to the hallway, it was a big ass like cafeteria thing.
yeah, it was in that room.
Yeah.
It was in that room. But it was good. When we first got there though, I was walking and somebody had called me. He was like, "Hey, Mike." He's like, "What up?" And I didn't know like if he knew me just from the podcast or like where he knew me from. But he's like, "I went to school with y'all. You don't remember my name, do you?" And I was like,
And that's the same thing that dude did to me. You don't remember my
"But
name.
he
It's
wasn't even in
crazy.
our grade though."
Oh.
He said he was in your grade. His name was
Snaps.
Damon.
Oh, I know Damon.
but he worked at the game or whatever.
He was short, right? Shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Demar. Yeah.
But no, it was cool to see. That was just one of the moments because I didn't know who the hell he was, and I didn't know how to go about it. But I was
would
just honest.
never. I'm trying to think. Anthony Black. We see Anthony Black in Vegas casually, not even at the game. Anthony Black, what up? Oh, what up, bro? You don't remember my name?
Yeah, that's an awkward position to put somebody in. When we were golfing, we ran into a guy we did go to school with in our grade. You remember Adamas?
Adamas?
Yeah.
The blonde
I
hair,
know
right?
the name.
Yeah,
I
I know you.
actually didn't recognize
Yeah, I
him.
know you.
Yeah, he
Talking
did look
about-
different. I mean, we're all older.
I don't know who the hell this is.
He was golfing or he worked?
He was golfing.
Yeah.
He had just finished up. And I felt bad because through our conversation, I feel like I gave off the impression that I didn't remember who he was.
But you knew exactly.
I
who
knew
it was.
exactly who he
Yeah.
was. But the conversation was so generic and I never said his name.
Oh.
So I hope he didn't walk away from like, he didn't even remember who I was. Because I remember we went to school
Yeah.
together. I've been to his house.
And you know
we
what's
did a
so
project
funny?
together.
I just told Dana this story about when you was in Best Buy and you seen that dude you thought you knew. Boy, how you been, boy? I ain't seen you in a minute. You done got taller. You probably got a couple kids now. Yeah, boy, it's good seeing.
And I thought about it. You know who I thought that was? Y'all remember Jeff that we
Yeah.
graduated with? That's who I thought it was. Dude looks like Jeff, bro.
Who the hell is Jeff?
Your time
know
is
who
so
Jeff-
off.
he knows
I
Jeff.
He
mean,
went to
yo,
Burridge with us too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
That's hilarious.
I forgot
that you gave
about
off
him.
two different energies for two
Right,
different.
yeah, right. If I switched it, then I feel great in both interactions. But shout out to the guys.
Dana said,
You
dude,
remember y'all? Of
you
course.
made
I know you
dude-
saw him, right?
You made dude feel
Not
good.
not recently, no.
Oh, yeah, I did. Then, or
Yeah, because
confused as hell.
Yeah, imagine you run into DeMar DeRozan. And he's like, boy, you doing a damn thing. And you like, Derrick, like, what I'm doing? The damn thing. You look at you, boy.
Oh,
They did that to Kevin Hart yesterday on that stream.
What they do?
Duke and Phantom came in there and like they were like, "Wait, don't look at this. What's their names?"
Mm.
And he was like, "I know
I
their
know
names.
Duke."
I know him." And he was like, "What's his name?" He was like, "No, I know him. They've been doing their thing recently."
I did see one clip of Kevin Hart asking one of Kai's homies, like, what you into? He's like, yeah. Dude's like, I want to get into actor. And Kevin say, I could see that. I could see that. Juicy's like, bro, you make $100 million in the movie industry. If you wanted him to be an actor, you can make him an actor right now. Talking about, I can see that. He said, that's rich people's favorite line. I can see that. I can see that. It's true. That man Kevin Hart produced and acted in 100 movies a year. If he really wanted bro to act, he could do it just like that.
Him, Dwayne, and John Cena just seem like they never turn down movies.
just working,
They
bro.
just be in every movie.
This my
Dwayne, y'all on first name basis.
this my movie guy right here. You seen the commercial for the new Quiet Place?
I sure did.
I
Can't wait to go.
have
gonna see it
too.
2D
I
now?
kinda wanna
It's a
see
prequel,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's like about day number one. It's
Yeah,
called
it
like day
is.
one.
It looks
That's
good
my
as hell.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
I
go
can't
see
wait.
it.
Have you seen the other ones?
I will if y'all want to go see it.
Let's go see it.
I wish I could relive the day
let's
when we went to
vlog
go
it
see Conjuring
and
with
make a
D Mills.
bootleg
Oh man,
and sell it to our fans.
there was
I was at Angie's grandma B day. They was watching one of the Conjures recently, and it was so bad, bro.
that movie's
the
always
first
suck.
Conjuring was
The
good.
first
I
one we went to go
really
see as
loved
a
that
friend
movie.
group was good. I know I was scared, but
All
it was
the
good.
yeah, all
No,
the
the
spin
last-
one.
the last
recently,
two
it
have
was
been kinda
so
weak.
bad.
Yeah, I haven't been to the movie, bro. I was so not sad, but I was like kind of pissed off the other day.
Wow.
Suzanne asked me like, "What you doing on Sunday?" I'm like, "Nothing. What you up to?" She's like, "Oh, can you watch Avery?" Obviously, I never have a problem watching my daughter. That's my daughter.
You
you know?
watching your kid?
Right.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I'm like, "Oh, what you gonna be doing?" I'm going to the movies.
Where'd she go see?
She has seen it. She's going to see Inside Out 2.
Oh,
yeah.
I seen that.
But
Well,
this
not
the
I
thing
seen that. I
though.
seen the commercial.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to go see Planet of the Apes
You
with
still
her.
haven't?
I still haven't seen it, Mike.
Yeah.
So the fact that she found a time to do it, I just want to go see Planet of the Apes.
you better pull like
With
D
my
Mills
wife.
to go see 2 movies.
Man. She told me it's just easier because you can watch the kid and we ain't got to ask somebody else, which is fair. But guess what I'm going to do today? Guess what we're going to do today as a couple? We're going to play golf.
Oh.
We ain't had no problem finding somebody to watch her for this. I want to go watch Planet of the Apes
Are y'all
before
going
it's
to like an
out of
actual
theater.
course?
We're going to the same one we went to the other day.
Oh, okay.
Team USA Selection Committee Chair.
I just can't wait for you to see Maurice.
Jen
You
Rosati
gonna be cool? You
on
got
leaving
dressed
Caitlin Clark off
Something like
Olympic
that.
roster. It wasn't the job of our committee to decide how many people would watch. It was our job to create the best team. Stop playing with their name, man.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But anyway, yeah. So y'all golfing?
Yes, we are.
You seen her golf before?
She's been to the simulator with me.
Was she good?
No, but she actually has like a decent swing.
She swing better than me.
100. Everybody here does. Everybody I've ever met does. My dad swings better than you. He's got one knee.
Oh shit.
So I'm excited.
When Charles Barkley got a better swing, you got to stop questioning yourself.
I've been trying to watch videos on how to improve my swing, get a little bit better, add a little bit more knees.
Invest some money from like some real lessons.
True. I do want to like try to practice more.
Yeah, I think
I saw you was trying to go yesterday.
Yeah, because y'all just pull up. And I feel like if y'all had the practice, just going to the range twice a week maybe. Because Ziegfeld, you can get to the range for $6.
Yeah.
45 balls for $6. That's a good little practice session.
Yeah, I felt like I
Go to the putting
was
green.
gonna be there for a little minute. I was gonna buy
You
like
get a large bucket?
Yeah.
75 swings. Get an extra to get the family
Yeah.
bucket. That's 200.
That's
Do your
I
arms
want
be
to get
tired
like a
after a
really
day?
big bucket.
No, because I never go.
Like
200,
a
crazy.
bunch of
I
swing.
always do like 75 or less. And then I'll putt for like 20 minutes or
I
so.
love just pulling up and keeping up with them and busting their ass, Mike. It hit harder.
Busting their ass. Derrick, is that how you've been feeling like has happened on the course?
Me keeping up with you is busting ass.
So he be busting your ass.
No, we be
We
we
bust each other ass. Some
Actually,
days,
as of right now, Terrence, the last time we played, has been the best player.
by
Yeah.
far.
He's been kind of
Keep it dogging.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know why? This is what I like about Terrence and the reason why he's been winning. Very rarely does he hit a ball OB. And when you hit a ball OB and you got to drop, that's a stroke that you just have to add to your score.
Yeah.
He always keeps it in play. And when we're this bad, that's huge. Also, he's got a lot of power too.
Y'all ain't playing with John
Sometimes his tee
yet.
shots, sometimes
we
his tee
haven't.
shots are like damn near at the hole already.
Yes.
You could tell who was the power hitter in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. But he also practices though. Like he
Yeah.
goes
does.
to the range. I don't know how
That's why I
often.
want to get better at my tee shots. I feel like if I can get off the tee good,
It's so
I
important.
feel like I could start. I
Like,
could really.
That's where my head is
better.
at all today. My first swing of every hole has to be C- or better.
Yeah.
I can't flub a ball 4 feet because I'm already at a disadvantage.
That's the thing about golf, though. You can go and do that all today and then go with us in 3
be
days
awful.
and be awful.
Yeah. So I love it actually.
That's the toughest thing about it.
I think that's like every sport. I can go to the gym and be in there knocking that bitch down, going crazy.
I ain't
feeling
gonna lie.
good.
More times than not, that jumper gonna be on. That golf ball.
Yeah, if you can
Yeah, it is
consistently-
different because you can tell, even if somebody's having a bad day at the gym, you can tell he can hoop. In golf, you can look like the worst player of all time one day and still be really good. Like it's no real indication. in
I
a
was
way.
low key mad because I wanted to go with you yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I know you didn't end up going, but we was hooping. I'm like, damn, I wish he would have said something way earlier. But I'm glad that I just went home because
Was y'all sessions good?
yes,
Yes, we had a lot of fun.
we reconstructed our team.
Damn.
I'm a center now.
Oh wow. Did you make another center? Or
I made another center.
damn. Y'all just keep making bills.
Yeah, we all made
It's fun.
deals. It's kinda crazy.
Who was your bill like now?
Paul Gasol.
Okay. So we slow.
No.
Okay.
You be taking it too. You be taking it too literal.
Yeah. He's actually extremely fast for his size. He got the max speed I think you can get at 7 foot.
Okay.
A modern Paul Gasol, but I don't think Paul Gasol was slow.
He was.
He
was
once it got up to them old,
Yeah.
the older days.
Maybe
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm thinking-
Let me preface
But,
by saying
yeah,
I made Memphis.
Memphis Park Gasol.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that
I
makes
remember the
sense.
days when he was kind of winding down. When it was Bulls, Bucks, and the
Spurs.
end of the lake. Yeah, you could walk right around.
For sure. Yeah, I made Paul Gasol that
You made
was
an
like
All-Star game with the Bulls, brother.
yeah, 40
remember
points.
that.
He was still
Respect
good
him.
with the Bulls. I thought he was
Very
still really
decent.
good with the Bulls.
He was decent. You take that.
Definitely was slow though. in that
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
I filmed myself.
Paul
with the simulator
Gasol,
the
young
other day.
Anthony Davis,
Okay.
92 pass. So I
Damn.
get the board, they can leak. I can dribble too.
Okay.
92 block, 92 rebound.
Are you shooting it?
Yes. First game, you could not figure out my shot. They started letting me get some shots. It's money now.
That's good. That's good to see.
I'm a 92 now because this morning.
This morning. Oh, he locked in. He talking about this morning.
So this is what happened. Dana don't like the cicadas. We have a garage. She tries to hurry up and beat me home every day to park in so that I park out. So when she wakes up in the morning to go to work,
You having to move your car?
I have to move my car and walk her out so she would have to face no cicadas by herself. She did it this morning. The thing is, she got up at 6. I have to be. I don't have to wake up for this until 9. I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm just not a person that can go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So I started watching Pau Gasol highlights because that's what I went to sleep on.
Is that why I woke up to like a Memphis? I think that's. Did you tweet out the Memphis Marcus?
I did.
Yeah.
Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol. Yeah.
I did that last night as I was watching. I woke up, opened my phone, and I was watching. I'm like, let me keep watching. And I'm like, you know what? Let me grab my bill. So I went in and I played. I had a 30-20 triple-double.
Damn.
And it boosted me to a 92. Got my attribute upgrade. I got some hot zones now in the mid-range. And I got a new jumper that is way better, way consistent. So, yeah. That's how locked in I am. He made this dude like Derrick White. And the animations on the layups, it's so funny.
He hit this little float over somebody.
And it looked just like Derrick White.
Like Derrick White?
His build actually looked like Derrick White. I came in here and we was
off ball or the. Are you the off guard or the
Off guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
we came
but
in
he
here.
the primary defender though. Gotta know that.
Because your bill got 25 defense, apparently.
Who was your build? Who was your new build?
He got comparisons like Magic Johnson, Luka Doncic.
Oh, so you the point guard.
Yeah, he's 6'8". He got 96 strength.
You and these big ass guards.
Don't play shit like Magic. He's shooting threes and shit. 2K need to get their
comps.
a
Yeah.
little bit more diverse.
Because
They see the height and they say boom.
6'6", Lonzo Ball.
Yep.
Austin Reeves.
It's like they be having them like just already predetermined. It's just based on height.
In my Mockery game, Devin Booker, he would bring it up. He would throw the ball to me in the mid post or the top of the key, and he would cut. Throw it to him late. We got to get that connection down. That's why I sent that picture last night. I know you was like, what did he mean by this picture? I sent Paul Gasol, Kobe Bryant, and Trevor Ariza.
Yeah.
We need to add him as Matt Barnes.
Uh-oh. You is Matt Barnes. You do got the
say I
Matt
look like
Barnes. Yeah.
Oh, you do be wearing 22.
Yeah. 22, light skin with a little with that mix
got the Matt
mixed guy
Barnes.
hair.
Oh,
you got
man.
you got that mixed dude hair. I don't know what type of hair that is.
You do got that Matt Barnes bill.
He do.
He really do. 3-and-D who shaky from 3.
You can knock somebody
The
out.
Lakers Matt Barnes, yeah, for sure.
I could knock somebody out.
No, then there you go.
Yeah, you could. Great episode though.
We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. We'd appreciate it if you left a like, you subscribe to the channel, and I want y'all to comment Matt Barnes, and that'll let us know you watched the entire episode.
Either that
Or Matt Barnes build.
or Hubie Brown. I was watching the Pau Gasol highlights and it made me remember he coached that Grizzlies team, Hubie Brown. I'm like, man,
They say Hubie Brown has been alive for he's seen every single season in NBA history.
that's why I was watching.
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
crazy?
I'm like, I got this idea, but I'm like, they gonna shit on it. He would be a good podcast guest, but he's
I got that feeling he, as old as he is, he probably got that memory. Like, I remember back in 1989, it was game 20. Like, he probably got them type
he'd
of
be so
stories,
good
bro.
to talk to. Maybe I'm bugging
Yeah.
on as far as podcasts, but he knows so much basketball.
He could take my spot.
He for real forgot more basketball than we know.
No, that's a fact. No, that's definitely a fact. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Nah, we good.
Happy birthday, Pops.
Peace.